The power of men.
He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. Hey.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard, coping and seething.
Listen to what I'm saying, and you will understand, perhaps, what I'm trying to imply
That's very
here.
patronizing.
Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the you are, and you're over here chirping all the way from London about Palestine.
Stepping time!
Palestine!
Stepping time!
Palestine!
Stepping time! Stepping time! Come on, mighty!
Palestine!
Stepping time! Stepping time! Stepping time!
Palestine!
Never need a reason, never need a rhyme, and stepping time!
Palestine!
Get your knees up! Get your knees up!
Palestine!
Get your knees up!
Palestine!
Never need a reason, never need a rhyme, get your knees up!
Palestine!
I'm your master. You are my possession. Don't raise up on me. I'm old deaf. I'm old deaf.
And I want to say this to the
YouTube
audience. I made my mistakes. But in all of my years of
grifting,
I have never profited from
racism.
I've earned every cent. And in all of my years of
racism,
I have never obstructed.
Spear chuckers.
And I think, too, that I can say that in my years of
racism,
that I welcome this kind of examination, because people have got to know whether or not they're
grifter, racist.
Well, I'm not a
spear chucker.
Fella you're with, the black kid, dresses like a writer. Does he know anything?
You are racist.
And I want to say this.
Go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them. With the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
But hey, that's just a theory. A theory.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
Victimizers beware, the racist and bigots' greatest nightmares. Social justice warriors. Get triggered.
It's the bias response team.
If you've been offended, your feelings must be defended. Go! The freedom of expression is a microaggression. Here comes Angela Freddy. He's always ready to fight fascism with fascism.
Starbucks windows don't stand a chance.
Ethic enhancer. He's a systematic racism finder. Using the powers of screaming and shame, they win every debate by calling your name. They're heroes who think that they're victims. Social justice warriors.
Let's take some dope.
I am like,
I have had hallucinations on weed before.
if I get that high,
Fucking babies, Alyssa. Disabilities. I wanted to finish Elden Ring, goddammit.
He's a piece of shit.
the reason why DEI was put in place in the first place was incredibly disingenuous racism and sexism, people being discriminated against. This was put in place to try and
disillusion young dudes.
White men or straight people. Someone's getting a job over them that doesn't deserve it. People are missing out on jobs that deserve it more than a person who's getting it because they're a woman or because they're black. These people are making a lot of money.
It's astounding. This mortal really is something else. Look at that brilliant form.
There can be no doubt. This is the true power, complete in all.
Yeah! Yeah, baby, yeah! That's right, baby, yeah, baby, yeah! Groovy, baby, it is WTF Live Sunday edition, which means it is time and Red Dwarf in Space, or TARDIS. You know what that spells? Me! And everybody else. Ladies, gentlemen, nothing in between. Yo, it's WTF Live. Mother liquors, time to take out the trash, clean up the latest and the not so greatest, freshly squeezed out bullshit from pop culture and politics. Except today, of course, we'll be reviewing Red Dwarf Series 1, Episodes 3, 4, maybe 5, possibly even 6. I don't know. We're going to stream.
We'll see how far we can go.
We'll see. There's also some Doctor Who news that I wanted to get into for you lovely, lovely people who come here for Doctor Who. I will never let you down if there is something to talk about. And, well, frankly, just thank you for everything. Lately, you guys have been amazing. The schedule's been sporadic as fuck. Everything's been felted lately on the channel. And some of you are still here. Some of you are still fucking here. You absolute legends. What can I
say? Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate everybody involved. So thank you very much. You're watching Will of the Fans. My name is still Will. See what I did there? I'm sure you've seen it a bunch of times by now. And today we got tons and tons to talk about. So we'll try to get through it in under 3 hours if we possibly can. However, I also want to call your attention to the super bar that is in effect for the evening, and call your friends. Somebody wake up MagesGuild, tell him to put down his potion and come and join us, because I've got a little surprise for you. If we can fill this fucker up, it's you will remember the day that you saw this for the first time. Trust me. The only person who has seen it so far is John.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm trustworthy and I'm awesome.
Despite what female streamers might say. Anyway, that's okay. Remember, if you're getting yelled at by enough people, it might be your fault, unless they're women, and you're a man who's not interested in sleeping with them, in which case it's their fault. Anyway, regardless of all of that bullshit, we got some Doctor Who to talk about, some Red Dwarf to talk about. Let's get into the show. We got, of course, our regular panel. John's here, Iris is here. John, what's up, buddy?
Well, let's see what I did there. Not too much, and I will keep, what was vaguely mentioned under wraps. So, instead, I will talk about Bill Goldberg. Had his final match last night. Thankfully, he did not win. He got choked out, which I saw right. I stayed up. Yeah. Gunther choked him out. So, like, that was a good thing. That's the way it should happen. Although, evidently, it seems as though Seth Rollins might have tweaked his knee again. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. We'll find out more about that in the coming days. But yeah, that's all. Like last night, we did we did a watch party over on Will's Discord, and I after I watched the episode with everybody else, I went and I watched the other episodes. So I got about 2 hours of sleep time in, and I just went and like I caught the last details on wrestling right before I laid down. So that's why it's like that's about the only thing I have to talk about that isn't scandalous. So with that said, though, LFG and all that kind of wonderful shit, right?
Yeah, I'm just reading some of these messages in the chat. DramaticaLaur's getting all hot and bothered about the concept of big, tall, sweaty, hairy men with abs. I was a bit like, I understand most of it, but the hairy part, I didn't think chicks were in. I thought I was a trendsetter for
Henry Cavill, man. Yes. There's a reason.
Henry Cavill doing what Austin Powers couldn't, making body hair sexy again.
That's right.
Beautiful, and there we go. And speaking of making things, help make Will hypnotic.
Indeed.
There you go. All
you
right.
want to see this.
You want to see this. Trust me. If you don't, you're gonna feel like a chump for not bothering to help me do it. But it is an incredible inconvenience to me. So I think you guys should help. In the meantime, Iris Rhoda, nice new logo. I see what you're doing there. What's going on, buddy?
Pretty happy today. I've been working on just moving things around. I've moved my camera, I've moved my light, and I think things look an awful lot better than they did last time, so that's great. Not so good news, I appear to have lost my Steam Deck. I know it's
shit!
I know it's somewhere in the house. It's not been anyone here that I don't trust, but I don't know where in the house.
You didn't leave it on a train or something then, that's good.
No.
Yeah. As long as it's
an airplane
centrally located.
I had to literally get allowed back on the plane. I was like 10 years old, and I literally had to get back up the stairs and allowed onto the plane to go find my Game Boy. Fuck. But so you've lost your Steam Deck. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
So where do you think it might be? How? What's your living situation?
Yeah, retrace your steps.
I thought it was in the kitchen, but it's not.
Have you tried another room? I feel like there's a story.
Right.
Tell us.
Well, it was in my hand luggage. That's how I know it made it back to the house, because I remember taking it out of my hand luggage.
Right.
And I thought it was underneath the bag that my hand luggage is in.
Now, did you put any clothes away in your dresser by chance? Or your because I'm just thinking, like, sometimes, it's like me and God, this stupid fucking phone that I lost last October, right? And like, I looked in the same bag 5 or 6 times since I lost this phone. I never saw it in there once, but just
you
look for some
wife sneaked back in and delivered it.
Right. Just look for something else. You'll eventually find it. This is my best.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
It's just, man. That's a hell of a thing to lose.
Yeah, it is.
I like I say, I know it made it back into the house because I took it out of my hand luggage.
Right.
When I got home.
You see this shit? What the fuck? I mean, Laura, you don't help yourself.
Oh, Laura. So much you need to learn. It's a 21st century laptop.
It's a Switch. It's a Switch that is also a PC.
And it looks like a game. It looks like a Game Gear from the 1980s, but it's significantly better than that.
Yeah,
it's like the power of 2 Switch 2s in one, basically.
Yeah, I would show you mine, but that would probably disconnect me from the stream, so I'm not going to.
Oh. He'll show you his if you show him yours.
Oh.
There we go. Anyway, she says, "Ooh, can you play Minecraft on it?" Dude, you can play Minecraft on a fucking calculator. Of course you can play Minecraft on this. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for the intros. Yes, everything has been going fairly well lately. Things have improved in my situation. I'm going to stop with the personal life updates fairly soon. But you know, you guys know that there's been like a fucking shit show going on lately with me and with Baby 2, Princess 2 of the fans. It's been a real mess. You know, basically the little girl was born with a neonatal pneumonia, and yeah, it took a ridiculously long amount of time for this extremely corporate hospital to tell us exactly what the diagnosis was, and to finally extubate her and allow her to be picked up and held. And finally last night, around about 24 hours ago, actually, she was having her first ever breastfeed, which I consider to be, well...
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
Yeah, so... Yeah, so that's basically where we're at now. And she no longer has a massive tree-sized tube in her face. You know, she's only got the little ones now, and she is alive and well and looks just like her old man. So lovely, right? There you go, folks. I thought you might like to see that. Just it also kind of proves that I'm not full of shit, you know. I wonder sometimes if people think I'm just grifting, because I'm always these days. It's like, okay, because someone saved my dad, you know, maybe help me, help me with the $10,000 bill that I've got at this hospital for my daughter. It sounds like I'm full of shit. I'm starting to turn into Dark Side Phil or something. I'm not having it. So, you know, here's some proof. But there you go. That's my little girl, and she's absolutely beautiful, and she's feeding and she's breathing, and you know, all being well, my wife is planning a jailbreak. So we'll see how quickly I can get that off the ground. In the meantime, thank you. Go on.
Do you have AC/DC queued up in the car for when it happens?
I can have it on in like 10 seconds. It won't be a
That's what
thing.
I'm saying. It's a jailbreak.
Yeah, baby. Followed by Shoot the Thrill, Thunderstruck.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, gotta hit them all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. You are all amazing. We've got a lot to do. We've got a lot of TV to talk about, especially Red Dwarf. We've got so many episodes to review now. We're like 3 episodes behind. And of course, we have got so many people here already. It's lovely to see you guys. Do like the stream. If you are liking the stream, you know what to do. Somebody who may or may not be someone I'm going to turn into later would like
the stream.
Right,
share the stream.
That's the other one. Share the freaking stream, guys. Share the freaking stream. And of course, if you've got something to say, or you just want to yell at us, you want to argue with us, if you want to tell us stupid jokes, I'm actually really digging the crappy old jokes. I know people send crappy old jokes to Hypno sometimes, and he gets really angry about them. I still think they're funny. So give me your worst. Anything you want. I don't give a crap. Just
there was a
money,
joke
throw it
last
my way.
night on SNH that you missed because obviously you're doing dad stuff, and and it was what did the buffalo say to his child when they went off to college? Bye, son. It's fucking good. That one's actually good.
Oh man, I want to get into that whole lingual thing where you go buffalo, 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 and how that actually makes a complete English sentence.
Right.
Do you know about this?
Vaguely. It's been a long ass time, but I remember like
you basically have to acknowledge this is going to be the tangent of the show. I can tell already, but I'm going for it anyway. It basically, you can make a complete English sentence with only the word buffalo spoken 7 times. It is referring to the animal, the place, and the act of bullying, all of which can be described by the word buffalo. So to bully someone is to buffalo them. Buffalo is a place in New York, and buffaloes are animals. So you could basically, if you add all the extra prepositions and stuff into the sentence, it would be buffalo that buffalo from buffalo bully.
Right.
Also themselves bully buffalo from buffalo. And if you take out all that context, the sentence is buffalo, 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 buffalo.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the English language, yes.
That's right. It's almost like fuckity fuck.
That's also, by the way, the fastest I've ever seen anybody explain that. I actually am pretty proud of myself.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice
you know the
breakdown.
one where you can have "and" 5 times in a row, and it makes complete grammatical sense.
I've heard of that. I can't remember what the context is, though.
Well, say you've got a pub called the Dog and Duck.
Yes.
And you order a new sign for it, but you don't like it because there's too big a gap between and duck.
Welcome to Grammar Nazis.
That's fucking brilliant. Love it. Give it to him. Give it to him. I don't give a shit.
Indeed. Well played, sir. Well played.
Yeah, baby. Using niche examples to explain strange technicalities of English is tight. There you go. All right, welcome to the show where we talk about apparently fucking anything. It doesn't really matter at this point as long as you guys are enjoying it. Make sure you are here, tape some money to your super chats and throw them in our faces and join the fucking Grift Force, baby, so that those credits can stay as populous as they already are and I can keep adding more and more Red Dwarf faces to the emojis. Yeah, friends, we're here. I want to see way more than 30 people watching. What happened to this show? This used to be a Doctor Who show with 120 people watching. Now it's a Red Dwarf show. Apparently, significantly less people care about that. But it doesn't matter because Furious Dan is here. And shout out to Furious Dan, by the way, for hosting the Red Dwarf watch party this afternoon.
Yeah, much
that was a
appreciated.
pleasure for me. It was nice for me to be able to watch that while driving home from the hospital. So that was really cool. Appreciated it. Good morning, John and Will, he says. And I assume he also means Eris Rhoda as well. But then most of the time it's just you and me and whoever shows up. So I understand that at the same time. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for that. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to whoever is or is not here. He's also got another one. He says, Red Dwarf was fun to watch a few hours ago. How many did you get through? Because I had to tell
We got through all 4 of them. 3, 4, 5,
really?
and 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right. All right, great. You're up to date then, all of you. That's fantastic. Especially you get through the last episode is brilliant. I love
Yeah,
it.
and then I was going to say, and then I
Me
watched
squared.
5 and 6 again because I usually try to watch everything at least twice before we talk about them.
Confidence and Paranoia is it's probably the episode apart from Future Echoes. It's like the 3rd most popular episode, I'd say. Confidence and Paranoia. But Me Squared is kind of the unsung one that people forget is in series 1, but it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like the whole of series 1 is 2 guys in prison basically with a cat that shows up every now and then in human form, and the amount of stuff that actually gets to happen.
Yeah, quite
is
honestly,
mad.
That's the combination of 5 into 6 is really, really some special stuff. Like
you start to see where Grant and Naylor were going.
Yeah.
All right, I'd love to get through series 1 tonight. I would. I'd love to dust that off and get into series 2, get through that as quick as possible. Then we can take our sweet time with 3, 4, 5, and 6 because those are glorious episodes, all of them. And there's lots to do. So thank you, Furious Dan, for helping host that. It says, I stay awake during Will's Discord drinking beer. Well, I was driving, so I'm glad someone was drinking. Because, it's drive time somewhere, which means it's hyperdrive time everywhere. So there we go. Anyway, thank you so much for that, by the way, Dan. Appreciate you for the donations too. I know the bar looks big today, guys. Don't worry, the tiers are still there. When it gets to 50, we'll play the video. When it gets to 100, we'll play the titties. If we make it to 150, I'm going smash WF. And if we can fill this bastard, you are going to see something you've never seen before.
That's right. Plus titties.
And titties. I might play the titties a second time if that's what people want.
Indeed.
But let me debut it tonight. I want to do it tonight. I want to debut this. I want to show it off. I want Hypnotic to be going, what the fuck did you do, Will? I want that by the end of the night. So help me out. All right.
Indeed.
Trust me, I'll make it worth your while. Okay. Thank you so much, Furious Dan. Garrett Griffin is here and says for $10. Oh, and by the way, $10.
Drop it.
Yeah, baby. Says,
Yeah.
here's my contribution to the collection plate. I know it is a bit like that these days, isn't it? Sad. I tried coming up with something funny or clever, and my brain responded, "Ah, forget about it." That's pretty good. That's not bad. Forget about it. Yeah, I can dig that. Forget about it. Yeah, there you go. I don't sound Italian enough to be able to pull that off properly. If I had time to warm up, I could, but it is not this day. But I still thank you very much for the 10.
Yeah.
And says, if we're talking about a new series, I'm so out in the dark. We're not talking about a new series. We're talking about a 40-year-old series.
Yeah,
John,
it's new to people here on the show in some regards.
There is no reason, if you like Doctor Who, there is no reason that you should not like Red Dwarf.
Yeah, Red Dwarf's pretty great. But yeah, like the clip that you just played, like the $10 clip. I guess that would be would that be J-pop or K-pop?
Well, the track was created by me using, and I was just going for sort of anthemic dance pop crap. Why? It's not really. It's not J-pop. It's definitely not J-pop. I don't think it qualifies as K-pop either.
No. I just
rave crap.
So
you know?
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the reason why I was asking is, have you seen the clip of the K-pop chick with like the really good side boobs? Like, it's been all over X the last day or so. Like, I can't say her name right now.
Is this the one who's got like a flat chest or something?
No. Her tits are actually really good. Like
flat
her
ass. There's a flat ass.
Yes. She's got the flat ass. Good, great side boobs, but and her nose looks kind of like Michael Jackson. Yeah.
I've seen that clip. Yeah, she sort of rocks up to the front, and her tits are going like that, and it's glorious. Yeah. Because people have got their priorities right in Asia. Tits. Why do people talk about asses? There's tits. You guys know that women have boobs, right? Why are you talking about their asses? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know who's responsible for this? Black people.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Black dudes.
I blame you, Atreus. It's your fault. And you, Kada. I can't blame Kada because he's all about the feet. I blame Atreus.
You are what do they call it? A lol cow? Is that what they say? That is still the stupidest fucking word I've ever heard. A lol cow. Dude, this is...
That clip will never get old.
Ever, yeah. I'm so glad I made it. Anyway, there we go. Sardox Badfish is here for 5 Poundingtons. Appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate it a lot. It says, do the Italian hand gestures and you'll sound Italian immediately. Mamma mia.
Yeah. Mamma mia.
On this, the day of my daughter's extubation. There you go. Not bad. Could be better. Could be worse. Could be worse. Appreciate you for that one, buddy. I really do. All right, let's talk. I'm getting pow right in the kisser, too.
Yep.
In the chat. And DramaticaLaur's here now, just sniping at the end. Why did the computer call the exterminator? Well, we're waiting.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
I'm a miss. Well, actually, I'm a sir. Laura's a miss.
I was going to say, not you as well.
Right? I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
It had a mouse.
There we go.
Too many bugs is also an acceptable answer. I like it. Very well done. Very well done. TJAP Steve is here for $5. You legend. Help us fill this bar. And you'll see something you'll laugh at. Says, talk about asses because you can check them out without her seeing you. So Solid Snake style, like, check out that ass on a con. You know? Anyway,
I mean, technically, that is very much in Snake's wheelhouse. I mean, when he first spied on on Meryl.
That's right. That is literally how you can identify Meryl from the other troops in Metal Gear Solid, by using the scope. I mean, you can either just be smart and wait for one of them to go into the ladies' bathroom, or you can, just go to the ladies' bathroom and wait there, and then you catch her in her underwear. If you're a trooper.
That's right.
And also, you know what Meryl has as well as a nice ass? Some spectacular Dobon Honkeros.
I was gonna say,
yeah, that's right. She's pretty stacked. He says, talk about asses because you can check them out without seeing you. When you stare at the Dobon Honkeros, she can catch you. I wish I had the blink noise, from Metal Gear right now.
Right. Sunglasses, my friend.
Yeah.
Sunglasses and peripheral vision.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to look at tits.
That's right.
Including the one that we'll be showing you if we get to $100. So there's that.
Indeed.
And no one's going to judge you for it unless your name is John. T-Jam, Steve, your legend. Thank you. There comes DramaticaLaur with a forced fake meme, snake people. Sardoc's back with another £5, says, my wife wanted me to take out the spider, so I took him out. We had a few drinks. Pretty cool guy. Wants to be a web developer.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
That was nice. I don't know. Did you make that up? Because I could believe it if you did. That was a solid one. That was a solid one. I did, however, predict the web.
I sure hope somebody picks up that phone.
The what?
Because I f***ing called it.
Pretty damn good, man. Went for a drink with the spider. He wants to be a web developer. Very good. I like it. Impressive. You guys are great. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let's fill up this bar. At this rate, we're going to get through. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're talking about upskirts now, guys. All right. Reflection
and that is actually in Red Dwarf.
That is in Red Dwarf. That is in Red Dwarf. That's true. Did you see? Are you talking about the enhanced zoom scene from the Back to Earth special? Or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about an earlier one. I think it's in season 2, series 2. Sorry. Lister talks about someone being the guy who taught him to tape little mirrors to the tops of his shoes.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that. Yeah. Oh man, I was thinking about the series 9, which is not really series 9. It's the Back to Earth special where they are like on Earth and they have the technology to take the piss out of things like Star Trek and other sci-fi shows. So they like have a Polaroid picture of a window and they zoom in, increase reflection, zoom in,
enhance,
zoom in, and then end up like bouncing off 2 more streets that were reflected. Then they catch another window, zoom in, enhance, reflection up 100%, bounce off that to go down the next street. It's fucking ludicrous. Brilliant stuff. I don't know why people rated that really badly. I actually watched it about 2 years ago for the second time ever, and it was so much better than I remembered it. It's really good. Anyway,
check it out again.
Especially because it's actually the sequel to Back to Reality as well, which is series 5 episode that broke people's brains.
Honestly, given where we are in the timeline, like Google Street Maps, like that is very much, a viable technology of the future, where like you'll be able to have like hollow photos or whatever the fuck.
Yep, it's entirely possible, but this is just stupid because it's an old printed photo that they've scanned, and then they're able to like enhance it to the point where they can actually interfere in the reflectivity of the windows that were captured in this picture. It's complete nonsense. Garrett Griffin for the fucking win with the $5 dues. Appreciate you. All right, not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. Where are we at? Where are we at on the bar? What's going down? We got 42. Fucking hell. All right, we're this close to getting
we are $8 away from a smugly Melissa.
In tier 1, yeah, that's right.
And we haven't even hit a topic yet.
Or tier 0.5, because I refuse to call that tier 1. Tier 1 really is the $100. But that's the halfway point. The warm-up round. There you go.
Yeah.
All right,
like,
we are going to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, it's like Super Mario World. You know, like you have to get halfway through the level.
This is a halfway checkpoint.
It's the midpoint.
That's the checkpoint.
Yeah, it's checkpoint. Yeah.
That's right. We can, if you die, you'll start again from here. All right, guys. Lovely jubbly. Thank you. Keep the stupid jokes coming too. I love them. I actually don't have like an adverse reaction to them like Hypno does. I think they're funny. I don't care. I'm 40. I'm a dad. You know, It's too late for me, but it's not too late to make me laugh. So there you
Indeed.
go. All right, let's talk a little bit about Doctor Who. Some stupid cringe that came out, but it is actually kind of funny because it's an accidental self-felt. I've been watching a lot of Kino Casino old clips while I've been in the hospital while playing stupid gacha games because that's all I had. Now I will forever associate PPP with a game called Block Blast or something. Which sounds gay, actually, doesn't it? But there you go. Anyway, here we are. And this is from Thought Catalogue, which is an unnecessarily pretentious name. But
Catalogue means something else to me entirely these days.
Is it Thought?
Yeah, like, e-thoughts, like...
Thought Catalogue. Is that just basically your professional black book?
It would, to some degree, you could argue, yes.
Your professional contacts, the Thought Catalog.
Right. The Thought Catalog, yes. Let me consult the Thought Catalog. Oh, yes, she is free this week. Yes.
Speaking of the thoughts, there we go. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, so this is it. This is the 8 best Doctor Who episodes of the modern New Who era ranked. Okay, and this came out on July the 12th, 2025, which for me is yesterday, and I think for you too at this point. So that's how recent this is. So which episodes do you think are going to be in this? Let's play a little game. Let's not be too long about it because we do have a lot to review of Red Dwarf. But what do you think is going to be in this? How cynical are you today?
I mean, how recent do they consider modern New Who?
Well, I mean, your only choice really is to assume that this article being written yesterday or updated yesterday is
because I mean, New Who to me seems like the Disney bullshit.
I'm imagining they're going to mean,
but I can't imagine that you can even get 8 good episodes out of that.
Right. So you're going to have to assume, given that the top picture is Blink.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Blink is widely considered to be the best episode of modern Who.
Right. Okay, so we're the last 20 years. Good.
Right, and we're only dealing with 8 episodes, so we're all from 2005 till now.
Right.
Now I'm gonna. I don't want to tell you anything, to be honest, because I went into this with a very cynical mindset, and I'm not going to tell you whether I was disappointed or impressed. So I just want you to decide for me whether there's no rules. It doesn't matter. There's nothing at stake. Whether you think how many of these do you think will be from the postmodern, which is what I call Jodie and Gatwa.
Right.
How many will be from actual good modern Who, and how many will be?
I don't know. I think Gat was more post-mortem than postmodern.
Very good. I like it.
Indeed,
very good. But answer the question.
Right. I'm just trying to think, like the name pretentious, like Thought Catalog.
I mean, I think the best one.
I mean, 0 would be optimal, but I doubt we're going to get away from it.
The question you've really got to ask yourself here is this guy being objective or is he shilling?
Right.
It's got to be shilling.
At least a little bit. There's got to be like a little bit of cope and seethe in here. So I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna hope that it's less, but
all right. What do you think is the first one? The number 8 best Doctor Who episode. You might disagree with the ranking, by the way, whether it's cringe or not. But what do you think is going to come up first?
Jesus, 20 years of Doctor Who. That's a lot of. So
all right, I can give you a clue. It's not from the modern cringe. The post. It's actually a good episode. That's a good guess. It's not right though, John. Think episodes that move people.
Right. Now I'm just
there's no points. There's nothing at stake. I'm sorry, Rhoda, you already answered. Then I gave him another clue. Sorry, don't worry about that. It's not that, but we're not going to take too long with this.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I love Doctor Who episodes, but I'm very shitty about remembering the names of the episodes.
The first one, episode, the 8th best is considered
Okay.
Vincent and the Doctor.
Okay,
I mean, that is a good episode. That doesn't.
I would put that in the top 5 for me personally, because
I like it.
I happen to have a very sort of severe case of depression when this episode aired,
Yeah.
and it inspired me to climb to the top of the Eiffel Tower and visit the Musée d'Orsay to see his exhibit. And afterwards, I cannot tell you what that did, because afterwards I was no longer depressed. I was inspired.
No, that actually is like a really, really good episode.
I don't think there's anyone who didn't cry watching that. To be honest, DramaticaLaur, I cried like a baby watching that for the first time. It was moving beyond belief. One of the best episodes ever, written by Richard Curtis, of course, who is the creator of not only Blackadder but also all those tearjerker Love Actually movies that you've seen, like Four Weddings and a Funeral, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So that's him. You've probably already seen it. What's number 7?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I saw you accidentally scroll down too far and I saw the title.
Right.
Yeah. My head was turned away.
Let's let John have this one.
I don't know.
No,
I'm gonna go.
No spoilers, chat.
Yeah. I'll just say something with Peter Capaldi.
Nope. Sorry,
Nope.
mate. It's
That's right.
Doomsday.
Okay.
It is the end of Rose and Tennant. And to be fair, it is a great episode. But a lot of that is two things: the banter between the Daleks and the Cybermen. You know, we could kill the Cybermen with one Dalek. You know,
Yeah.
and then of course that's it. You would defeat the Cybermen with 4 Daleks. We would defeat the Cybermen with one Dalek. You know?
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. I love that line. That's RTD when he was good. Fuck. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's like he's a pod person. I'm sure he's a pod person.
Oh, God.
It's
It'd be better off if he were a Dalek at this point in time. Writing would make more sense.
Yeah, you know it. Okay. So yeah, that's a pretty good one. All right. What do you think about the next one?
Okay. So they're 2 in with actual. I think they're gonna
I'm
like.
not telling you the rules. You make your you go
I
in
know.
with your own prejudices. Okay.
Yeah.
You decide how many of these are going to be cringe shilly episodes. Is Rogue going to be number 1, like how we watched Dragon Age Veilguard be the best game on that fucking list not that long
Right.
ago? Is it that kind of list, or is it objective? I'm not going to tell you.
I'm gonna say a Matt Smith episode.
That is bad. Matt Smith. What? Which one? Any Matt Smith?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
again,
just.
it's another Tennant one. It's the girl
Oh!
in the fireplace. Another Moffat
Okay.
episode. Yes, well, not another Moffat episode, but they did have Blink obviously in the thing. You got to assume that's going to be in this list.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
So
And if it's like modern, if it's what I know from modern article writing, that will be probably in the top 3. I would imagine.
if it's not, there's something wrong, because that probably is objectively the best episode of Modern Who.
Right.
That or Heaven Sent, to be honest.
Yeah.
My favorite is Heaven Sent.
Yeah. Yes.
But that's a totally different episode. One is entirely about not having the Doctor, and the other is entirely about the Doctor. So, you know.
Yeah. I also have like weird kind of interests. Like I like episodes that other people don't like, as we
I know you have weird interests, John. You used to work in a pawn shop.
Well,
Only certain
I gotta
people
pay your rent somehow, right? Again, as I say to people, I sell the toys, I don't buy them.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I've done every job that you could possibly imagine except that one. So I can't.
Let's
rule
try
out
to
that
keep
in
it that
another
way.
life- in another life, I probably could have worked in the local sex shop that everyone used to go to and buy poppers from.
Now
we didn't know what they were for, and just looking for something to get us high. Then we found out they were for easy anal insertion, and we all stopped taking them.
Right. Yes. Yeah. It smells like acetone, and the emphasis
Also
is on the
yellow headache.
acetone. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, Girl in the Fireplace was number, what was that? 6? All right, what's number 4?
Okay.
Man. I'm just gonna be I'm terrible about. I'm gonna give this one to Rhoda.
Pass, you pussy.
Hey,
Oh,
no, it's just I'm
I'm
terrible with titles. I'm terrible with titles.
I'm going to guess the 11th hour again.
Family of Blood.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're not talking about human nature here. They're talking specifically about the Family of Blood, which would be the second part.
So we're halfway through the list. Thankfully, we've yet to encounter any bullshit.
We have not encountered any bullshit yet. And we also haven't encountered many of the best that I would definitely include Silence in the Library and also Forest of the Dead and the Family of Blood and Human Nature and the 11th Hour. That I would have trouble getting it down to 8, frankly. Right. You were right though. Not Erzro. That's you. DramaticaLaur. I don't know. Okay, so obviously this is all about that final scene where it's about how the Doctor punished the Family of Blood by keeping them alive forever in some horrifying purgatory, whether you're trapped in a mirror or you've become a scarecrow forever, or you into the center of a black hole, that goes on forever. You're immortal, but you will never actually live. So that's how cruel the Doctor can be, which I again think is a fantastic piece of modern writing. And again, it's an RTD. I don't know why this guy can't he has to be a pod person, guys. I'm serious. It has to be Body Snatchers. I'm really starting to think
that he can't. I think it's that he doesn't want to. I think he gets.
You think he's just that lazy?
Like
don't you think that someone who wrote such prolific and popular episodes of Doctor Who in the modern era in 2005 to 2010 would accidentally write at least one nugget of gold in the last two series? Like, he didn't write a single thing that moved any of us.
Right. I mean, there was a bowel movement kind of thing.
You had things like the Doctor torturing people, but that wasn't the same thing. Because you see, this Doctor, he gave them what they wanted, right? By keeping them alive forever. And you would call it cruel, but they also were so fucking cruel to him that he had to effectively kill another version of himself, a happier, simpler version of himself. It's kind of understandable why he would go to such lengths and still didn't physically or abuse them. Whereas in the fucking Eurovision one, where he's just zapping the guy because he cost him an assistant, it's like Tennant's Doctor going, fuck the Time War lock, I'm going straight to Skaro and nuking it from orbit because Rose Tyler got sucked into another dimension. Yeah. Instead of just dealing with it like a man. Anyway, whatever. Oops, I fucked it up already.
I think I know the next one.
Yeah. Forest of the Dead is number 4. It's another Tennant one.
Yeah.
But still, again, a fantastic episode. I mean, both of these. These are the all-time most obvious answers ever. So now that we're down to the last 3, what do you think they are? And now, do you still think we're going to get 3 cringes?
I hope to God not. I mean,
because we still need Blink and we still need 11th Hour.
It'd be hilarious if from now it was literally
just
road,
complete nutter
73 yards and the Timeless Child.
Right. Oh God.
Unfortunately, at this point, it wouldn't actually surprise me very much.
That's the problem. That's why this is a conundrum for you. That's why I didn't tell you what's in it.
Yeah. I mean, Heaven Sent should be on here somewhere. That is one of the best Doctor Who episodes.
There's too many left for we all can't be right. But even if we were to exclude all of the cringe, there's still, what did you say? Heaven Sent, 11th Hour, Blink, and what else? What were the other ones? It's too many.
Yeah.
All right,
The Empty Child.
Oh, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. Yes, absolutely should be in there. Should definitely be in there. What else?
The 50th special was actually really bloody good as well.
Day of the Doctor should be in there. Absolutely.
In chat, I know.
Yep. I don't know why they only went with 8, by the way. They could have gone with 80, and I would have probably read this whole thing on another show. But there we go. Anyway, what's number 3?
I'm gonna stick with Capaldi. I'm gonna go with Heaven Sent. I'll be wrong probably, but
I'm going to cross my fingers and stay with 11th Hour.
It's the Day of the Doctor.
Day of the Doctor. There we are. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Cool.
I mean,
Someone's a
actually
big
good.
Tennant fan.
Indeed. Yeah, I know. That's what I was noticing. I'm
Yeah.
I'm like, this seems like it gets...
what we got so far? Tennant, Matt Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Day of the Doctor is Tennant and Matt Smith. So
there we go. All right, keep going. What's number 2?
Let's see.
If I say Blink now, it'll actually be 11th Hour, won't it?
Don't know.
I mean, like I said, the way these articles are generally, because I'm thinking that Blink is probably going to be number 1 at this point in time. The question is, are they going to try to slip in some fuckery?
Do you know, I'm going to shift. I'm going to say Empty Child.
Okay, John.
I'll trust
Even if you
Rhoda
can't
on
remember
this.
the name. All right.
I'll trust.
Well, you're both wrong. It's Heaven Sent. Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
And yes, number 1 is Blink.
Indeed.
So there you go. There you go. Yeah. So
Yes.
no, 11th Hour was not on the list. Why? Surely that's number 9 or 10 then.
Right.
But we do get at least one Capaldi, and incredibly, for an article from July 12th, I mean, that's updated, but it's also dated 07/2025 in the address bar. So it's not a new article. It's not an old article that's been updated. It's Tennant, Smith, Tennant, Smith, Tennant, Capaldi, and Tennant.
Should have been at least one Eccleston in there.
There probably should have been.
Yeah, Empty Child.
But then that would be, I mean, are any of the Eccleston episodes themselves really as good as the absolute best from the Smith and Tennant eras and Capaldi? I'd like to see Eccleston in some of these episodes instead of these wishy-washy wankers.
Right.
Not Smith or Capaldi. I mean Tennant, obviously, because Tennant has massively, he's gone from being like my favorite Doctor to one of my least favorite human beings on Earth.
Right.
So you know, there's that.
Yeah,
but no
he's
Empty
stopped being
Child.
my
No.
favorite Doctor halfway through the 11th Hour.
Yeah, that was about the exact moment when my friend decided that Tom Baker was no longer his favorite Doctor either, and Matt Smith remains his favorite Doctor to this day. So and he's fucking old school. Like he'd watched all of it as a child, you know, on his grandfather's like collection of DVDs that he'd amassed in the last 10 years or so.
Awesome.
Or 5 years before Doctor Who came back or whatever it was, and VHS tapes and stuff like that. But there you go. That's your list. Not a single bit of cringe in sight. Perhaps the tide really has turned, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
What do we have to say? I mean, what do you think about the fact that there was not a fucking mention of Jodie or Gatwa?
I
Pretty
think
superb.
that. Yeah, I mean, it's
Right? I was
yeah,
sure it was going to be something awful in there somewhere. Rogue had to be in there somewhere. Nope.
Yeah. It seems though. I mean, well, it's like I told you right before the show. I read an article last night right before I crashed out from DoctorWho.co.uk, Doctor Who TV, and it was just, and it was like all the things wrong, and like their very first thing is Disney. You know, just like,
well, yeah,
I know, but just
we'll
like
the,
yeah,
we'll have a look and we'll go through it on Tuesday.
Yeah,
I would like to clarify when I seemed surprised that Family of Blood was in there. It was because I had the title confused with Vampires of Venice. Obviously, Family of Blood is an excellent episode.
Oh, the World War One, yeah, when the Doctor becomes a human being, yeah. So 5 major misfires that derailed RTD's second Doctor Who era. We won't read it now, but we'll go through them. We'll probably go through it in more. Disney's
involvement. Yeah, I saw that. And I was like, oh, I'm actually going to read this.
Universe. Oh, okay. All right. The over-reliance on nostalgia done poorly. Lovely. Unsubtle storytelling. Very good. A poorly realized Doctor.
Correct.
And there you go. That's it.
Yep.
Conclusion. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll look at that properly on Tuesday. Guys, don't let me forget.
Indeed.
Don't let me forget, because I will forget. I forget so much every day these days. Okay, we are done with that for the time being. Let's go over the super chats because I know a few came in while we were doing that, and appreciate you guys for it. Okay, say what now?
I said more than a few.
Yeah, more than a few. Yeah. Roadkill 101 for $4.99. Thank you very much. I hate my job. All I do is crush cans all day. It's so depressing.
Nice.
That's horrifyingly good, man. That's
good, man.
That's good. That's clever. That's actually good. I don't know why.
I
why do
really
people
want to
act
add
like these
something
are
into
shit?
that.
Go on.
My next door neighbor works. This isn't a joke. This is why I find this joke so funny. My next door neighbor works for the council as a litter picker, and she actually has a machine, like a machine out the back of her house where she crushes soda cans, and it's so fucking annoying.
Really?
It's like,
oh, that sucks, man. Why do you have to listen to that garbage all the time?
Well, she normally does it when I'm at work, but when I was
Why
on
is she
night shift,
doing
it was horrible.
Why is she doing it at all?
Don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, fine. T-Jap Steve for $5 says, "What do you call a girl standing in the middle of a tennis court?" A net. I need the drum noise, don't I? I need it. I just didn't want to rip off Hypno, but I need it for that one. That one totally deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's really good. G-Freeze one for $1.99. Family of Blood was a Paul Cornell story. Oh yes, it was. I'm sorry. I said it was RTD. What the fuck? It's because he used to jump in the middle of the season and do a two-parter himself and then write the bookends. So he was writing like half the series. So I just sort of took a punt. Anyway, thank you for the correction. Appreciate it. Yeah. Never let it be said that I'm one of those YouTubers who argues with his chat when they're objectively correct. Garrett Griffin for $10. You know what that means.
Drop it.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names, SJW screaming, but it's money they blame, burning with envy, they're falling flat, they can't handle the sound of a super chat.
Yeah, baby.
Indeed.
For 10, he says, Matt Smith did a Can You Remember Your Old Lines interview. I saw that. In a short, not long ago, a month or two. He just lit up when he saw a Who line. That was it. It was a line. He was like tasked with lines from The Crown. What's it? Fucking House of the Dragon. And then there was a Doctor Who line there, and he just knew it instantly. It's like, I mean, how could there's no confusing a Doctor Who line because it's basically out of context. It's not absolute gibberish, but
right.
He's right. He did absolutely light up when he saw it. He was like, "Oh yes,
I've got to watch that."
Yeah, it's really good. Matt Smith is, to me, no matter what he says politically, he's a bit like Moffat. I don't believe that Matt Smith is a true believer in the ideology at all. I think he is based. I think his parents and his grandparents are far too based to have raised a fucking butthead. Especially when I heard that he talked to his grandfather or something or his father when he was playing Prince Philip, and his dad was like, "Why you want to play that, Burke?" I'm like, all right, you're not a royalist, but hey, at least that's based. That's a based ass take. So,
and if you ever want to see like a really good kind of under the radar Matt Smith movie, watch Lost River. He's excellent.
Really, I've never seen that. I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
enough Matt Smith, to be honest. I've
You know,
only seen-
maybe we'll do a watch party for Lost River one of these days.
I still think it was an absolute fucking travesty that he was never cast as young Palpatine when he was actually dangled that dream for the Rise of Skywalker. Even though The Last Jedi had happened, if you had had an incredibly convincing young Palpatine resurrected performance from Matt Smith, that might have carried just enough favor to carry that sequel trilogy over the line. But nah, man, you went from copycat shit with The Force Awakens, which was very watchable, very enjoyable in a turn your brain off and just enjoy it kind of way. Oh, look, the Millennium Falcon did a loop-de-loop, you know. And then you've got Last Jedi, which is like, okay, now we are going to clinically deconstruct all your heroes. I hope you're not too attached to them because we have ways of making you suffer, Star Wars fans. My name is Ryan Johnson, and I hate your Star Wars characters, and I want you to hate yourselves. And then it's like, you might as well have got Michael Bay. You know, it's just pew, pew, horses riding on a fucking spaceship. Yeah, Palpatine's back. Why? Don't know. Don't care. Fuck you. You'll watch it anyway.
Which direction is up?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. Yeah. God.
Any that isn't the ground, you fucking cretinous cuddle cows. There you go. Still credit to DramaticaLaur for every time I don't say see you next Tuesday on the stream. Garrett Griffin as well says, you see how he lit up and see how I lit up getting angry about Star Wars when he saw a Who line. Also in this article, Eccleston was robbed. Yes, he was robbed. Yeah, he should have got one.
Yeah.
There were, I mean, Dalek should have been in there. Even though a lot of it's campy cringe, his scenes with the lone Dalek alone are the kind of weight that you wanted from a Doctor Who reboot. And the reason people love it. The funny thing is, when you bring back something that people loved when they were children, they've more than likely, and you'll know this, Iris Rhoda, as a collector of STC, you'll know, as I do, that kids playing games and then get exposed to like higher, more adult concepts, especially if it's in a version of the media themselves. You know how dark STC could get from time to time, where people just get eradicated and slaughtered, and Supersonic is a genocidal maniac and stuff like that. You know, when you bring something like that back, like when Sonic Adventure came out, I was thinking, oh wow, it's going to be serious this time, and it's really, really wacky and stupid, and it annoyed the piss out of me. But, you know, there it is. I grew up reading STC. So when someone brings back something that you enjoyed as a kid, like Doctor Who, you're expecting, okay, well, the same people are watching it. It's more likely that the same people are going to watch it again than a bunch of new people are going to come in. Even if they do, you've got to pander to that crowd that were watching and have now grown up. And Dalek is exactly the kind of episode that does that. Because you didn't get many scenes of the Doctor just fucking losing it at the sight of a Dalek in the old show. And in Dalek, you absolutely do get that. So it should have been on the list for my money. What do you guys think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There should have been some Eccleston in there. I mean, it's just if you're talking about the best to the best to the best, you know, like
I mean, if we're talking about like best
Kent
doctors,
should have been in there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we could rank the doctors one day. That would probably take us a long time. We'd have to probably call in some of the heavies. We'd have to get Dan back, and we'd have to get Bowles Trek, and we'd have to get no, I couldn't call my friend. He doesn't like me anymore because I like Trump. So fuck him. But there you go. Anyway, yes, Eccleston was robbed, and thank you very much for that. T-Jab Steve showed up with another 10. Sorry, it's a bit slow for me on there. 10 memberships, more green for Princess and Princess 2 of Le Fans. And man, appreciate you for that. That is a lovely thing to do.
There's one thing you better know, and that is I love all of y'all. Listen, can I explain something to you about being a daddy?
Don't try to frighten us with your devotion.
Daddy is the breadwinner. You dig what I'm saying? And if you don't win that bread, you just don't come around.
Absolute legend. Thank you, T-Jab Steve. Sardoc Spamface for £5. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? That's so shit. It's perfect. And a 1 and a 2.
Oh, well played.
Very good. Very good. That was a good one. That got me. Very good. Well done. Noel Kerins for €5. What do you call a man with a 2-inch wang? Justin. Love it.
Is his last name Tipley?
Yeah, Justin Tipley. Yeah. No, his last name is Cider.
Right. Indeed.
Yeah.
True enough.
You ever see that old video that was on the internet a while ago about a new brand of cider called Dickens?
Mm-hmm. Dickens cider.
It was like this was during the rise of cider as like a ladies' drink in the UK and Australia, which I think you might remember from the 2000s, Rhoda. Like, I don't know if it happened in America too, but cider was always like a drink for old men. And then it was a drink for like young chavs in public parks who can't get anything better to drink. So they buy like a 3 liter of ridiculous strength cider, White Lightning or Blue Diamond or whatever. Yeah. It's effectively the same as a 40 of malt liquor to you Americans.
Right.
And so that was like, it was like the drink of choice for underage teen drinkers, you know? Yeah, and then suddenly it got remarketed in these lovely ornate glass bottles in bars as something that was for women to drink. And you had all these like Magnas and all these different sort of artisan ciders that suddenly came out. And it was brilliant because you only had to take a woman to a real ale pub, get her a pint of Scrumpy, and that's like 8%. And she'd be
I was going to say, hard cider is, hard cider is good. Like, at least in terms of stoutness.
Women didn't know anything about cider. They'd be like, oh yeah, this is a really good cider. You should drink it. Lum, 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 lum. Cosby time. Anyway. Fuck, where are you? Anyway, so there you go. So, but they did have this like advertising campaign. There's like meme video where it was like, my wife can't start the day without a Dickens cider. And then, you know, there was a whole
dude's accent was perfect.
Yeah, fantastic. The women were doing it too. Like my sister loves to go a whole day without a Dickens cider and then get one right at the end. You know, just stuff like that. Brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much, Noel. Sardoc Spamfish for £5. Why did Star Wars Episode 456 come out before 1, 2, 3?
Because in charge of planning Yoda was.
Hey, there we go. That's a good one. DramaticaLaur is here for Australian 2. Says, fun fact, the longest worm recorded is 55 meters. Oh, that's horrifying. Is that from Expedition 33? Because I'm pretty sure I fought one of them.
Are you just really, really good at Snake?
Oh, excuse me.
It was found on Arrakis, you know?
Yeah, right? Exactly. Where the hell did they find that, DramaticaLaur? I want to hear more. She's all into worms and snakes and, you know, phallic animals and elephant penises. Is that a trait of autism, or is that you know, is that just being young and horny? I don't know. You tell us. You tell us, dear. T-Zap Steve for $2 says you need Goldie for the hot takes on that list. Yeah, we do. Yeah, poor old Goldie. Yeah, we used to go at it, arguing about like the Christmas specials. Like, this isn't a good Christmas special because it's not got anything to do with the fucking plot of Doctor Who. Any character from any TV show could be put in that, and then he'd be like, how dare you say that? How can you like that? These are fantastic pieces of television. I'm like, yeah, in non sequitur land, if you're a child. I was a bit hard with him, actually. But we miss you, Goldie. It was a good time. We had a good run. Yeah! And for the record, we still talk like several times a week in the Truvian chat, so that's cool. Anyway, and his channel, guys, go support Goldie's channel because he's still talking about Doctor Who a lot, but he's trying to branch out, but he needs people like you to go and actually support him when he does steer away from Doctor Who from time to time so that he can continue. And me too, please, because when I don't make videos about Doctor Who and I talk about gaming and stuff, it doesn't get the traction because Doctor Who has slowly been turning my fucking channel into a Doctor Who channel, which it's not. So do support people that you follow when they are talking about something other than Doctor Who, if you want to continue to enjoy that YouTuber. So there you go. In the
Especially
meantime,
with the current situation.
Yeah. And we're going to enter into the longest episode of this show ever in not too long from now, because we still have potentially 4 episodes of Red Dwarf to get through. But we're not going to go through them like with a fine tooth comb like we have with the others, because it's honestly not worth it.
Yeah.
It's better to just surmise what happens in the scenes, talk about a couple of funny quotes, and move on, because I want you to watch them. Is the point, you know?
And
so,
these are good character building episodes too. So it's just kind of.
That's the whole of series 1.
Yeah.
As one of the last things I said before I had to tag out of the watch party earlier on is you don't need any character exposition in the later series because it's all been done.
All the groundwork.
Yeah. They then get to play around with Crichton for like 2 series, 3 and 4 when he joins. But because they've so completely established Lister, Rimmer, and the cat by the end of 1 and 2, the cat maybe a little bit. To be honest, the cat never really gets a proper story. He kind of does once or twice, but never really. He's there to make you laugh, and that's fine. He does what he does. But Lister and Rimmer, particularly Rimmer gets more character analysis than anyone else in the show because he's the best character. Like Red Dwarf without Rimmer would never have worked. Can you imagine Red Dwarf without Rimmer? Like, what would it be? It would just be a bunch of guys agreeing with each other and partying.
Right. Yeah, you have to have Rimmer there he's a natural antagonist, you know. Yeah.
It would be 2 pints of lager and a packet of chips in space. In space. Instead, you got, porridge in space. You got Rimmer, the antagonist, who's also the coward. He can be anything you need, that character. So he's brilliant. Anyway, there we go. I still got to add the emojis. I got to do Holly, Lister, Cat, and Crichton eventually. We'll get around to it. We will. In the meantime, though, guys, that was enough for us to hit the $100 line on the bar. So I hope you're ready to enjoy some titties.
Indeed.
Thank you very much. And John, get your.
Oh yeah, I'm already like I'm here. I'm in position.
Assuming the position. Let's go.
All right. Here we are again.
What are you doing, John? What the fuck, man?
Hands are up. I mean, there's far too many Asians for this not to work on me every time.
Goon police, but I mean, sorry, you killed me with that Asian line. I had something to say and I completely forgot it. Yeah, because anything I say now, I'm a hypocrite, as I am married to an Asian. So, damn, you got me, bitch. You got me. There you go. Anyway, there we go. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant is here and has been a member of the GRIFT force for 6 fucking months. Legend. By the way, that's at the Rage Beta level, so... Woo! Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you. I think formerly Alice in Blunderland says, Hail, Will, I love Red Dwarf. And yeah, Crichton was supposed to be just a one-off originally, hence the different actor in the Crichton episode. Yes, it was David Ross, I believe, who played Crichton originally, who's a bit of a thespian, actually, a bit of a lovey, and did a fantastic job playing Crichton in the first episode of Series 2, which is literally called Crichton. And then when they decided to bring the character in full time, he was no longer available. So they found Robert Llewellyn. And actually, there's a funny little story because you guys would have watched Talkie Toaster's first appearance earlier on today. the annoying AI toaster that's obsessed with making toast because that's all he's designed to
Want
do.
some
And
toast?
if you don't make toast, then you have no reason to exist, right? So they resurrect that character in like series 4 or something, and they got David Ross back and gave that role to him. So he was happy, and Robert Llewellyn was shit scared that he'd be annoyed because he took his role. But hey, he's a professional. He knew he couldn't do the gig, so the gig went to someone else. Fair's fair, love and respect and all that jazz. Crichton's awesome, and it's brilliant.
Yeah,
Also, if you read
it
the,
wasn't like they replaced him. It's because he wasn't available.
Yeah, he wasn't available. That's it.
I think, like, further to that, I don't think Crichton wasn't really supposed to be a one-off. It was an argument between
Rob and Doug.
Grant and Doug Naylor.
There were a lot of them.
One of them wanted to have an android character and the other didn't. So it's like, okay, we'll test it, and if he works, we'll keep him, and if he doesn't, we won't.
It seems that Rob and Doug, obviously, we all know that around about the end of Series 6, they fell out completely, and Rob Grant has not contributed to Red Dwarf since.
Apart from the novel.
Apart from the novel, that he wrote himself. He wanted to write by himself, and he wanted Doug to write by himself. And when they were writing the novels, he wanted them to write chapters each, which is completely asinine way of doing anything. You write together or you don't, you know. I don't know what happened to Rob Grant. No one really does. We don't really know what happened, but lawyers were involved, a hell of a lot of messy breakup, and it's been just Doug Naylor ever since. But it seemed that Grant was the one who wanted there to be no aliens, no robots, no like tropes, whereas Naylor is the real sci-fi junkie. He wanted to be able to do anything eventually, but in the beginning it made sense for them to have no ability to like, why would 2 vending machine repairmen be able to just out of nowhere take control of this city-sized spaceship and go explore the universe and land on planets? This is all things they have to like learn off camera between seasons. So they gradually developed it,
selling it to the BBC as well. I mean, one of like,
that's true,
read their books, like some of the stage directions are like the corridor in the spaceship, which could easily look like the corridor of any TV company or something like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So they were just trying to make it sound cheap as well. Like,
that's right. Yeah. Although they also had Paul Jackson involved, which is why the show got greenlit, because if he was involved, he was like Mr. The Young Ones and stuff like that. So he was, and I think Spitting Image as well. He was money guy, you know. So it was pretty hard not to bank on him. And if he said Red Dwarf was happening, it was happening. So that's actually the truth of how it happened. There's a lot of behind the scenes shit behind the show. It just, honestly, watching the DVD extras is about as fun as watching the show. Sometimes just listening to the crap that they had to put up with, especially with like the complete unprofessionalism of most of the cast in the early years as well. Like, you think that Lister and Rimmer hate each other? Nah, mate. Craig Charles and Chris Barry fucking hated each other until about series 5 or something, when it came to a head, and then they started to begrudgingly respect each other. And then Chris Barry left anyway, and then came back, and then everything's been fine since then. But oh, boy, did they fucking hate each other in the beginning. So the Lister and Rimmer tension is 100% real. There's no doubt about any of that. Anyway, there you go. We've got some episodes to review, if I'm not mistaken. There's nothing else we got to do in the meantime. Nope. All right, we're up to date. Guys, if you'd like to see me turn into Smash JT, you know it's at the $150 line. And if you want to see me do a fusion dance with Hypnotic and turn into something you've never seen before, then that's the full bar. If you can make it happen, then you'll be the first to ever see me do this. So there's that. Except for John. But there you go. It needed to be tested. I need to see if someone else thinks it's cool, or if it's.
And I'm telling you, it is well worth the price of admission. It is pretty fan-fucking-tastic.
All right, guys. If you want to see live action Will Notic, then you're gonna have to get to 200. But there we go. All right, let's talk a bit about Red Dwarf. While I'm just setting this up, let's just have a chat about episode 3, because we started talking about episode 3 last week, and then let's shut the bed, and I had to go, and then it was a nightmare basically. So we never finished it, did we?
No. We got like about like 3 scenes in, if even that far. Like,
well, I think we were still at like 4,691 irradiated haggis.
Yeah. Actually, it was like maybe 3 minutes more than 3 scenes.
We were still in the first scene, right? Okay, I'm gonna get this lined up on my VLC so we can watch it. Kids, don't pirate TV shows. It's not good for you. You definitely shouldn't do that. Unless you've got a vendetta against the BBC or something. Honestly, I can't imagine a reason why anybody would have any issue with the BBC whatsoever. I mean, I just can't comprehend. I mean, they're well within their rights to strike down my channel with their copyright bullshit. You know, they certainly haven't done anything to piss me off. So I can't imagine why anyone would have an issue with the BBC. Having said that,
indeed,
yeah. So here we are. Then we were at this point. So this episode is. Should we go through it? We'll go through it briefly. Right. So we're in this scene. Rimmer keeps repeating 4,691 irradiated haggis, and Lister is basically protesting, saying, "Why the fuck are you making me write this down and check off all this ship's stock shit? It's Saturday night. I want to go to the bar." Right,
do some dancing. Yeah,
he wants to go to the Copacabana bar in Red Dwarf, and just relax, have a drink, chill, have some beers, smoke some cigarettes, and Rimmer literally says nothing else during this entire scene until eventually Lister breaks him, other than saying 4,691 irradiated haggis. Rimmer, I'm bored. 4,691. Rimmer, stop! I want to go to the bar. It's Saturday night. 4,600. Oh, it gets ridiculous. Eventually, they have a big argument. Lister. This is the episode that really hammers home just how fucking much these two characters hate each other. This is not the first episode where it's like, okay, we know they don't like each other much, but they're stuck working together. Now it's you're alive, the last man alive, and this is the only guy the ship's computer has decided is worthy to keep you sane.
Right.
I'm gonna full screen this. It's not looking right. There we go. And so now you're looking at your potential future together with this motherfucker who detests everything, especially you.
Yeah.
And you hate him just as much. And this episode really deals with that. It also really hammers home just how pathological Rimmer is about the pecking order of Red Dwarf, and the fact that as second technician, in fact, in the book he's first technician, but second technician makes him the leader of the ship by default, the highest ranking officer on Red Dwarf. And he really thinks that he can now lord it around on Lister because Lister isn't in charge and he's the highest ranking person. So by default, he is the captain, effectively. And that, of course, is all Rimmer's ever wanted. He's had to die for it to happen, but now he's going to make the most of it. And that pathological obsessive sickness is making him torture Lister, which, is great. Because eventually it gets to the point, we saw it earlier on where I think it was before this. Yeah. Where Lister and him are arguing about how many. Yeah, he's hidden all the cigarette stock in some place in the ship that Lister can't find. Lister's pissed. He wants his cigarettes. Rimmer says he'll give him 1 cigarette every day he obeys him, which is insane. But because Lister was not obeying him properly now, he will only give him 3/4 of a cigarette. So he forces Lister to empty out the
flaky bits.
The flaky bits, because otherwise he won't give him any more. So he's got Lister already over a barrel. Lister's pissed. He yells at Holly, "Why'd you bring Rimmer back? Why Rimmer? Why anybody else would have been better than Rimmer, for fuck's sake?" And Holly says what we all know. You never had more conversations with anybody than you had with Rimmer. Lister says half those words, the millions of words that they shared, many more words than he shared with anyone else. Half of them were him telling Rimmer to smeg off, and the other half were Rimmer putting him on report for telling him to smeg off.
Right.
Yeah. chime in anytime you want, guys, if you got something to add. But yeah, so basically, Holly justifies bringing back Rimmer. Lister gives the immortal line, Hermann Goering would have been a better crewmate than Rimmer. He was a drug-crazed transvestite, but at least we could have gone dancing. Can't say that anymore. Right. Puts on his Hawaiian shirt, which I think is a nice touch, because I never really quite clocked when I was young why Lister was always wearing Hawaiian shirts. I don't know why, but I think I just didn't know where Fiji was. But he genuinely is that obsessed with going to Fiji that he owns all these Hawaiian shirts, and yet at the same time he owns this like leather hunting hat, this deer stalker thing that doesn't match at all. It's the most
very hodgepodge.
Yeah, it's a fucking crazy costume, you know, crazy. But there you go. Anyway, so he's sitting there, and now we get one of the most poignant scenes of the whole fucking show, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Where we flash back to when the ship's crew were still alive, and he's there with Chen, Peterson, and Selby, his mates, and they're all getting wasted, playing silly games where they make up silly rhymes to tease each other, and like they have to name things as like a patty cake beat kind of thing, and it's like I can name 90 things that la 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 la. We get to that. That's the second one. The first one, I can't remember what that is, but it's like stuff that goes into a jar or things that goes into a stew or something like that. But of course, Mark Williams is going full method here and playing a Danish man as much as he possibly can. So I can barely understand what he's fucking saying. They all get wasted. They all get drunk. Rimmer comes over and they all put their glasses on their heads. We've all done this stuff in the UK. Yeah. Rimmer's here. He's cutting through the dance floor. He actually bumps into Kachansky, who's there at one point, and throws her handbag off. He goes, if you want to dance, do it over there. Throws it. Just fucking asshole. So he approaches. He's yelling at Lister for, this is where. No, it's
wants
not.
to know where his studying materials are.
Where, if you've read the book, you'll know that Rimmer is an obsessive compulsive type who spends weeks making each every time he wants to study for the engineer's exam, which he constantly fails 11 times constantly. That's from the next episode, but he will spend the entire duration of, it's actually in the book and it's written hilariously about how he compromises himself. He sets out to do 2 months of revision. Then he sets out X amount of time to make his revision timetable, and it takes so long that he loses this much time. Then he has to get onto like amphetamines to try and catch up. Then he ends up in the ship's hospital. Then he ends up back. Then he has to rework his timetable because he's lost all that time. And eventually you get to the point where it's been 7 weeks of making this timetable, and you have 1 night left to do all your revision.
Yeah, he's it's very Rube Goldbergian kind of method of like studying. It's just like, maybe just sit down and study. But
there's
like if he just read a random page every night, he would have been in a better position.
Exactly. Lister knows this too, and it comes in later. But Rimmer also reveals that he can't be having this pointless conversation with Lister about, it's Saturday night, no one works Saturday night. He says, you don't work any night, you don't work any day. And the only reason I remember that is because Rimmer is memorizing this entire conversation because he's on learning drugs.
Yep.
He's on learning drugs that help you retain. Peterson tells him they're illegal. Lister tells him he destroyed his timetable with a mutton vindaloo that he spilt on it, so he tried to dry it out, but it didn't work, so he threw it away. So Rimmer walks off reciting the entire conversation to himself again, including all the things other people said to him and all the stuff he said as he obsesses. Lister's there with the crew as they all start clocking onto the fact that he's in love with Kachansky.
Yep.
Now in this original canon, guys, remember this, Lister's never been on a date with Kachansky, but as from series 3 onwards, the canon is retconned that they were a couple once who broke up. Okay. But at this point, he's never actually been out with her. So these guys all realize they've been with Kachansky. So they do a little rhyme. I've been to Juno. I've been to Balansky. I can name 90 men who slept with Kachansky. And then they all go, me, the London Zero G football team, my mother. Yeah. And Lister's going, leave it alone, leave it. And then it fades back to reality. He's there, sitting there, and he just says,
leave it
alone.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's a good scene, solid
Really
scene.
done.
Because now he is just there, and you suddenly realize that room's not big enough to be a disco. But then, hey, that's TV for you. It looked huge before with all those people in it, but there you go. Meanwhile, the cat is here. Oh yeah, Ralph, looking
My
good.
best find.
Yeah, this is my greatest find of all time in today. And he's found the
That is
cigarettes.
A hell of a lot of shiny things.
Yeah, he's
That's
found
right.
all these shiny things. That's right. He's got, this is the fish episode too, guys. That's right.
Yeah.
I see you in the chat.
Today's fish is trout a la creme.
Fish. So Rimmer's passing him by, barely acknowledges him, then realizes that he's got all the cigarettes. And to be honest, this doesn't look like enough cigarettes for a city-sized spaceship. And so I think he's just found some of the cigarettes.
Right.
He says, "You're going to put these cigarettes back, aren't you?" He's like, "No way, Grease Stain. This is my best find ever today." You know, and he says, "If you let me, if you take them back, I'll show you how to get all the fish that you'd like." He goes, "5 fish? 1 fish?"
Yeah.
He goes, "1 fish. I'm not giving this up for 1 fish." He's like, 5 fish. 5 fish? I'll be rich. He's like, and then he suddenly decides, no. 5 fish? He's like, 6 fish. 6 fish? All right, yeah. So they're off back to hide the cigarettes. And then Lister goes in, and Rimmer goes in, arguing with Lister, and Lister says he wants to go out with Kachansky's hologram.
Yep.
So this is where it really
needs
gets
4 hours.
He wants a few hours to turn off Rimmer and turn on Kachansky and have a date with her. Just to see how it goes. Because he's got all these, regrets of missed opportunities. And Rimmer's typical asshole. He pretends to entertain the idea. First, he tells him to smeg off, of course, because he says, "You won't turn me back on," which is probably true, to be honest. Rimmer's got a point. Why would you ever turn Rimmer back on if you had Kachansky? Even if you can't touch her, you could probably come up with something you could do together, especially because holograms appear to be able to touch themselves. So
Yeah. And they can change clothes, various states of undress.
Exactly. You could have some times,
There's that way you could work it out.
Yeah.
Something.
And of course, even if Kachansky wasn't up for it at first, she'd eventually, have to cave because of the implication.
Indeed.
Sorry, that was a Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference. In case you don't get it, it's disgusting, and I don't endorse it at all. But the implication, she's not going to say no. Alone in deep space, But anyway, there you go.
And also the prospect of being just switched back off.
Yeah, exactly. She's not going to say no. But anyway, so forget that crap. That was just me being weird and trying to make a reference to an extremely creepy scene from Sunny in Philadelphia. But anyway, Rimmer's teasing him. He goes, "You're just going to say no?" He goes, "Not necessarily." And then he goes, "No." Lister gets annoyed. Rimmer gives him a black card where he basically says this is the end of the conversation. He pulls rank on Lister. Lister gets fucking annoyed. They have a big argument about everything, and Rimmer points out that he's still the superior officer on this ship because of the pecking order. Lister says, okay. Rimmer. Okay, Rimmer. He says, "Is that a threat?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "No, Lister, that actually okay is not a threat." He says, "It is when you mean it to mean what I mean it to mean." He goes, "No, Lister, okay is never a threat, no matter how many A's you put at the end." Lister keeps saying, "Okay." And basically it turns out that Rimmer wakes up late the next morning. He jumps out of bed and starts doing fake exercises, trying to convince Lister, like, "Oh, rise and shine, Lister.
I've been up for this long. Yeah.
I've been up for hours, Lister." And he realizes he's not there. He didn't wake up Rimmer. Rimmer slept till like 10. Then he asks Holly to, and this is clever actually, because you think this is just a gag, but it sets up what he's going to do later on. If you think about it, he gets Holly to change his outfit, and in the process, Holly's got a fucked up Rimmer disc, and he ends up with Peterson's arm, complete with Denmark tattoos and everything. So you realize that actually Rimmer's body can be changed to look like someone else's.
Yep. They do a lot of setup and callbacks throughout this episode. It's actually really,
very subtle.
really good.
Yeah, it's great writing. This is why it's important to watch the first two, because you kind of series, because you get the impression like, oh, it's just porridge in space. That's very clever, actually. It's very subtle. He complains about his ears. He goes on and on and on about his ears. Whose ears are these, Holly? They look like two, I can't remember what the hell he says.
There's like elephant
ears. Yeah. And he goes, they're your ears, Arnold. And then he's, oh, it must be the way I slept, you know. Then he asks where Lister is.
Funny on your ears.
Yeah, right. It's bollocks, you know. As someone whose ears have stuck out his entire life, there's fuck all you can do about it. All right, just deal with it. Anyway, so he says, "Where's Lister?" Holly won't tell him, so he runs off to find out where he lives. We cut to the cat, who is yelling.
He gets 6 things of fish.
Yeah, he goes up to the vending machine. He says, "Hello, how can I help you?" He goes, "Fish." He goes, "Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal." Fish. Today's fish is trout a la creme. Enjoy your meal. Fish. Today's fish is, and it goes on and on and on until he's got 6 fish. And then at the end, he goes, I will. He goes, I will. And then he's sitting there eating the fish. Rimmer walks in. He's still arguing with Peterson's arm about with Holly about having Peterson's arm. He tries to talk to the cat. The cat's like, no, you can't have my fish. You know, because he's a fucking cat. Then he starts insulting Holly, and mysteriously Peterson's arm starts to attack him.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, you can't see it for the logo. Apologies, guys, but yeah, I'll see if I can play it for a second. There you go. Yeah. So he's trying to poke him in the eyes, and he's grabbing the arm that's trying to poke him in his own eyes. He tells Holly, "Oh, I'm sorry, Holly, you're wonderful and splendid and amazing and delicious." And Cat asks if this is cabaret. You know, and then he finally does poke him in the eye, but then he manages to convince him to stop by apologizing to Holly. The arm finally gives up. He says, aha, look, now he's gloating. I've beaten him. He's given up. And then bang, straight in the
right in the nuts.
Right in the nuts. Motherfucker. Then he's doubled over. And that's how we know that holograms can definitely inflict pain on themselves, but they can't interact with the world. Goes to the cinema. Looking for Lister, finds 2 scutters in there, has a huge go at them, tells them scutters don't get time off. They pretend that they're cleaning the floor. That's why they're holding a dustpan and brush. He yells at them. And then, of course, you get the other funny scene. I'll try and find it wherever it is. Go on, piss off, Rimmer. Go on, leave. And then the scutters, which have arms like this, you know, like this, basically. But we'll do it with these fingers. They turn around and they go like that to him, which is British middle finger, you know.
Yep.
So there you go. So the scars are brilliant. I love the scars. They fucking hate Rimmer. Finally, we find Lister drinking his cigarette butts out of an empty can, which I didn't get when I was a kid watching this. I was like, what the fuck is that? What's in that? I didn't get it. And then I, you know, now being a man of the world and a former smoker, I completely understand what he's done there. He's put his butts in the can and he's drunk his ashtray. We've all almost done it at least once. Rimmer finds him. He's there. He's studying for an exam. This is a big threat to Rimmer because Lister can still take exams and can still pass. And unlike Rimmer, he's not a useless goit. He actually could pass an exam if he applied himself.
Right.
So Rimmer tries to mock him, tries to goad him, tells him, you're not set up for this. You're writing it on a candy bar wrapper. Where's your loose leaf file? Where's your whole reinforcers? He says, Rimmer, I'm going to pass this exam by knowing things.
Knowing things, yes.
Which, again, is a massive dig at Rimmer's anal retentive, obsessive, compulsive tendency to hyper-prepare and not actually prepare at all.
Right.
He's preparing to prepare, you know? He prepares to prepare so hard that he never has time to prepare.
Yeah.
So that.
I mean, one of my favorite bits, I'm a bit late for this because it's from an earlier episode, but when they're in, I think it's the first, it must be the first episode chronologically.
When he takes the exam.
No, when they're in the canteen and I think it's Peterson and Selby. It's like, oh, have you seen Rimmer's arm? Like, no, I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback.
Yeah.
right.
That's a throwaway line from the George McIntyre funeral scene in episode 1.
That was George McIntyre funeral, yeah,
exactly. In the book, it turns out George McIntyre killed himself because he had debts to the Titan Mafia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't read the books, guys, it's well worth reading the first book.
But not since I was a kid.
Yeah, I was listening to it on audio the day my daughter was born because I was that desperate for something to entertain me. And I just suddenly popped up, read by Chris Barry, doing all the voices. And I was like, wow, these impressions are solid. And the book is great. I forgot how good it is. But yeah, they're not on Titan, they're on Mimus. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And Lister's driving a cab and enlists in the JMC to try and get back to Earth. In fact, it's actually funny if you frame it that way. Lister's entire goal, since he got drunk on his like 25th birthday and wound up on Mimus, he's been stealing taxis and running them to make money, and then taking them back in the early hours of the morning, driving around the red light districts. And he meets Rimmer before he actually enlists in the JMC, because Rimmer has gone to a robot whorehouse and he pretends to be Todd Hunter, and then he when he needs to pay Lister, he opens a monogram wallet that says Arnold Rimmer. And then so Lister says, bye, Rimmer. So the first time Lister meets Rimmer aboard Red Dwarf, he already knows him.
Right.
Yeah. So they get off to a bad start. Anyway, in this show, that never happened, but I guess you could imagine it did. But so he's there, and then Rimmer starts having a go at him, pointing out, oh, what's this? Lister, you're on learning drugs. Oh, I'm afraid you're in very serious, grave, deep trouble. I want names. I want places, I want dates. Where did you get them? He goes, Arnold Rimmer, his locker this morning.
Arnold Rimmer, his locker this morning.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, Rimmer goes back to the mess because he's fucking beside himself with rage at the idea of actually being, one-upped, outranked by Lister of all people. We see Cat with his massive belly full of fish about to explode from eating too much fish.
I've been
Food
fished
escape. I've been fished to death. That's right. Lister's made a cake. He's really happy. Rimmer tries this pathetic dance where he's going to go, Lister, we don't need to be so tense, He's like, who's tense? I'm not tense. Of course you're tense, you rectum-faced pygmy, he calls him. And then he points out...
We just skipped the best line in the episode.
Go on, what?
It wasn't that good. It was supposed to be roast beef.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Lister's made a cake. He goes, yeah, it's not that good, though. It was supposed to be roast beef. That's right. Anyway, that's a good line, actually. It gets a big laugh. Anyway, Lister's trying to give it to the cat. The cat don't want to know. Cat runs away, doesn't want to eat it. Once again, Rimmer now is spurging out. He tries to pretend that Lister and Rimmer have always been friends. Refer to them as Listy and Rimsey.
That's Listy and Rimsey, yeah.
That's the first appearance of Listy and Rimsey. These are names that will follow them throughout the series, especially in one particular episode in Series 7 when Lister and Rimmer kiss on the lips for a second or two. Although if you watch the DVD extras, it was about 15 seconds that they filmed it for. And they only used 1 second. Anyway, that was after they had stopped dating each other in real life. But that's when it's like, oh, Listy, oh, Rimsey. But that so Listy and Rimsey is a thing. It's like they're pet names for each other that never happened because they fucking hate each other. So he's like, ha ha, we've always been friends, us, me and you, ha ha, chuckle, guffaw, giggle, Listy and Rimsey. He goes, when? He goes, what about when your harness snapped? We laughed then. He goes, no, you laughed. I spent 6 weeks in traction. And so, yeah, nothing Rimmer can do will stop Lister. And Lister holds up a physical black card.
Yep.
To tell Rimmer to shut the fuck up. Rimmer's now broken. He's a broken man. He sits there. Lister's going to sleep. And he goes, you always become the thing you hate. Look at you, obnoxious, ruthless, and single-minded. You're more like me than I am. And then Lister draws an H on his head with whipped cream and goes, you never learn, do you? So there you go. So anyway, that's it. They've had enough. Finally, we get to the exam. Oh, right at the end, there's a little shot. You might not get to see it, but Rimmer. Oh no, it's before that. It's when last ditch attempt to stop him, and you notice that this is the one and only time you'll ever see Lister wearing a Red Dwarf uniform.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to stop him. He puts his arms out. Lister walks straight through him because he's a fucking hologram. He says that was a lousy thing to do to a hologram. Then he remembers he's a hologram, and just for a second, you get this little shot where he goes yes to himself. And you're not sure why. It becomes very clear very quickly because while Lister is doing the catering exam, Kachansky walks in. She is a hologram. It's Claire Grogan's Kachansky, ladies and gentlemen. Scott's accent and all. Lister freaks out, and you finally realize just how obsessively in love with her he actually is.
Yeah.
Because before it was just a bit of a flirt, and she was part of his plan. But nah, he's got it bad for Kachansky, right? So he's playing up to it. She's kind of flirting with him, and then she says, "I'm sorry, I just don't like you."
So you may as well just pack up your pots
and pans. Yeah. I need a man who's going places. Up the ziggurat. Look at his split. Like, no, Lister says, she says it's pointless you taking the exam now. Lister says, yeah, it's actually kind of pointless me breathing in and out if you want to know the truth.
Yeah.
Because he's really in love with her. And so, yeah, so it turns out, obviously, that what happens is after she says up the ziggurat, he realizes what's going on. There's the eyebrow raise. Then he bluffs that so it didn't mean anything to you then when we made love behind the bins on the pool table. And she says, you never told me that. He says, I thought you might have noticed.
That's right.
She's like, oh, I'm a bit out of sorts. I'm having a woman's period.
Yes, the woman's period.
He goes, women don't talk like that. Fuck off, Rimmer. Or smeg off, bugger off, Rimmer, whatever. He goes, what's the difference? It's Kachansky's body. It's, he goes, yeah, but the difference is you're in there. And then he's like, right. So she gives up. Says, can't blame a guy for trying.
Yeah,
takes a look at her tits, taunts Lister with it, and then has Holly turn him back into Rimmer, except that he seems to now have one of Kachansky's tits, which he doesn't mind.
Yeah, he curses Holly for half a second. He says, but take your time.
No rush, Holly.
No rush. Yes.
Then he walks off down the corridor with a weird sort of feminine bounce in his hips. And Lister gets an envelope out, doesn't tell Rimmer what he got. He goes, how did you do, Lister? He goes, how did you do, Mr. Lister, sir? And that's game.
Yep.
There you go. So that's episode 3, Balance of Power. What do you think?
Oh, I enjoyed it. Like I said, this is really good in terms of just kind of establishing the dynamics of the characters and getting a good kind of psychology of who they are and how they operate.
Agreed.
Yeah, you really understand what everybody's about. And yeah, and there's even plenty of Holly in it where like Rimmer's kind of lambasting him for getting the wrong body parts of that. And like Holly's just completely cold. Reaction, Dave.
You notice that Holly is indifferent to Rimmer in the beginning. He brings him back because he's logically thinking, even though his IQ of 6,000 is 3 million years old and is now only like 68 or something. He actually he starts to really hate Rimmer in this series, and you get it because of the number of times he fucks with him, changing his arm, changing his tit, changing his hips, changing his hair, because Rimmer's so awful to Holly all the time. Everyone, 100% all the time. That you get it, and it actually starts to pick up speed in the next episode too, because the next episode is all about what you believe in. Is as a theme, it's about belief or the absence of belief. Like what do you believe in? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in faith? Do you believe in this? And that's, it's actually a very high profile theme. It doesn't quite land it. I think they had some big ideas that were just not possible in this first series. And then they kind of backed away from the whole cat religion thing for like 12 seasons and 25 years, and finally came back to it. Actually, more like 35 years. But there you go. Anyway, we got a super chat in the meantime from Fantastically Amazingly Brilliant for 20. That's pounds. That's fucking pounds.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive the Honka Bankaloos. Big ol' Tanhangera Cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger Bonkhanaga Hoogs. Humongous Hungalamga no Logangas.
Thank you.
Indeed.
There's have quite a lot of fave episodes, but one that I really loved, and I know this is further on in the series, is the episode where they become the opposite versions of themselves. Cat in particular was hilarious given his vanity. Yeah, there's a few times that happens. I mean, you might be talking about polymorph, which would be when they get their sort of their most core personality traits sucked out of them by a xenomorph. Effectively, and they become incomplete versions of themselves. So like Lister has his fear sucked out of him. No, it's not their core personality. It's like the thing taunts you into a certain emotion, but in Lister's case it terrifies him and then sucks out his fear. So Lister becomes like a daredevil adrenaline junkie with a death wish. And I'm not even going to try and give it. I'm deliberately not giving it any real quotations or like service because I want it to be fucking hilarious when you see it because it's one of the funniest episodes ever. Rimmer is hilarious because his anger is gone, so he turns into a hippie beatnik peacenik dickhead who wants to stop the alien by forming a petition and having a sit-in protest. Like the cat loses his cool, so he turns into like a homeless just like street urchin junkie with a bag of whiskey in a bag, a bottle of whiskey in a bag. And Crichton loses his guilt, so he just turns into a careless bastard who's willing to sacrifice any of the others instead of trying to serve them. Then there's another episode like way later where they discover that they're actually all horrible things that they didn't want to ever be, and it turns out the cat is actually a person who's not the cat, but in fact is a man called Dwayne Dibley, who has a step cut, bowl cut, and buck teeth, and wears like polyester and nylon socks and cardigan, and he's like the least fashionable person who's ever lived. That and comes back again.
There's Polly Hop Drive as well, far before that.
Yeah, that happens again as well. Yeah, there's that as well. Where they excuse me. There's Parallel Universe as well, where the alternative of cat is a dog.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, is that the Hollyhock? Yeah. Oh, the Hollyhock takes him into
the
into the parallel universe. That's it. Where that's where
that's where you meet Hilly, who turns into Holly.
Yes, Hilly is the female Holly who later replaces Norman Lovett as the actual Holly from series 3 onwards. Fucking nonsense. It's all explained in a Star Wars paragraph of text that is so fast you have to actually pause it to be able to read it. Yeah. But there you go. And then there's tons, man. There's tons. The show gets crazier and crazier as it goes on. There's Emo Hawk, which is Polymorph 2, where Rimmer and Cat get their personalities sucked out again, and this time Rimmer turns into a version of himself that I won't spoil because you won't believe it until you see it in series 4. The name Ace Rimmer should ring a bell to some people, and Cat turns back into Dwayne Dibley. What a guy! What a guy! Yeah, I don't know if you're interested, but I'll be in my quarters naked, covered in Tarama Salada. And that's Robert Llewellyn saying that. But anyway, there you go. Yeah, so there's lots of times when they fuck with the personalities of the characters and turn them into mirror versions of themselves or deformed, mentally ill versions of themselves and stuff. It's brilliant. A fucking brilliant show. That's when the show became incredibly popular, by the way. So I guess Doug Naylor was right. But there you go. Thank you once again to Fantastically Amazingly Brilliant for that, guys. All right. We're going to try and speed through these. We'll probably get 2 more done, to be honest. But we'll see how much we can get through. But we've got probably another hour, I'm afraid, chaps. Until we're finished. In the meantime, if you would like to help fill up the bar, it is not a false promise. Will hypnotic. It is not. It's not a false
I have seen what you have not seen.
We are 2143 away from Will WF, Smash WF, and we are that plus 50 away from Will Notic. So if you want to see that, fill up the bar, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on to reviewing episode 4 of Red Dwarf, which is an iffy one. A lot of people consider it one of the worst. Personally, I think it's fine. It never bothered me. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it's one of those ones where they kind of realized the limitations of what they were trying to do. And you can't do too much when you've got bugger all budget.
Yeah. But it does have, like, great scene with the toaster.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And speaking of, she's here. Hey, Toasty.
Hello, Toasty.
She was earlier.
How you doing? Oh, she's going to love this then.
Yeah.
Toasty with the mosty, meet Talkie Toaster, the AI-powered, self-aware, existentially terrified talking toaster. So there you go. Anyway, so
I might have to clip
this
this for her show.
Oh, go right ahead. You should.
Yeah.
You should also find the episode in series 4, I think, where Talkie comes back. Especially, I think it's the one where they are able somehow to restore Holly's IQ of 6,000. But it goes wrong and ends up with an IQ of 12,000, which turns her into a hologram. And then there's a scene where Talkie Toaster infuriates super smart Holly. So that's really funny too. All right, here we are then. We're at the beginning of episode 4, Waiting for God. This one begins with, again, like I say, the fact that this episode is not considered one of the better ones is kind of unfair, because there are so many setup jokes and key moments like this one where Rimmer is asking Holly to read him the captain's old files on the crew. And Holly's like, those are for the captain's eyes only. And he's like, well, we'll give him a few seconds to come back to life. And if he can't do that, we'll assume I'm in charge, shall we? So he does it. He reads him Lister's captain's remarks. It says he's requested sick leave hundreds of times for diarrhea. His promotion prospects are comical, basically. Or no, his promotion prospects are ridiculous or something, or low, very low.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he then says he always loved Captain Hollister. What a great reader of men Captain Hollister was. Wonderful captain. And a sad loss to us all. Then he asks for his.
Right. Which is great because he sets himself up. Like, I mean, that's what's so good about this. This is amazing. Oh, Will.
Oh wow!
I think that's worth stopping.
I think
I'm stopping everything for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of things.
Yeah. I think that does require like an immediate kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to play something, and it's probably gonna get the stream taken off. But if I do it right, hang on. All right, I'm gonna play a short clip.
Indeed.
No, I can't. It's too long. But I can. I'll play one clip, and then I've got to go for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Just a second. First of all, let me read the chat. Not that one. No offense, Mephisto X. Thank you for being here. But fantastically, amazingly brilliant for 100 fucking pounds.
Excellent.
My God. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant. From
Indeed.
the top rope with the chair, with the dumpster, from the rafters with a baseball bat. It's Sting. It's Sting, guys. What the fuck is Sting doing? Back on, JR. What's going on? 100 pounds. Fucking Ace Rimmer literally just says, smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. And if you know, you fucking know, we're going to have some more titties.
Come here, baby. Let me show something good. Something good. Something good.
Oh, damn it! Damn it! Got me again. Booby traps.
I'm still here. Give me a second. I'll be back. I gotta figure out some logistical shit. Watch this. I'll be back when I'm back.
Indeed. Oh, I think we gotta go full screen on this.
Well, you know what you gotta do, don't you?
Yeah.
Now you know exactly what you gotta fucking do.
Like the stream.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's right, baby. It is Will Nothing. That's right.
Indeed.
That's right, baby. Yes, like the stream. You will like the stream. You will 100% like every stream I ever do from this point on, no matter what. It doesn't matter what I say, what I do. You will like the stream. If you're watching on Rumble, even though we're not on there, you're going to like the stream. If you're watching on Twitch,
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
thank you.
Indeed.
This is me. I am now the Gestalt entity known as Will Notic. Somebody tell Hypno. I'm sure he'll be pissed. Thank you so much.
You know, if anything, I mean, he has given up the gimmick by a good. It's been nearly 6 months at this point.
Oh yeah.
That had not been doing the live Hypno. So I think at this point in time, you're perfectly clear. And I do actually like your eyes better than when he was doing live Hypno.
Yeah,
like
the only
those
problem is
glasses are pretty on point.
Because it's making too much reflection in the specs. This is the road test, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? Do you enjoy the costume? It's okay. You may have missed live action Hypno. So did I. I decided this is a good way to do it myself. I don't have a voice modulator yet, but maybe one day we'll get there. And if you have any other YouTubers that you would like me to cosplay as, well, by all means, make some suggestions.
I mean, you could be Will Body very easily at this point in time as
basically
well.
all I got to do is like take the hood off and change sunglasses, and that's
right.
Yeah, I can do nobody easily. Yeah, I actually thought I might do that on the way to this, but I thought that would ruin it. Like, nah, it's got to be Hypno or not, because he's like,
indeed,
he's my friend, so I'm gonna fuck with him a bit. Hello, I am now Will Notic. Love it. And yes, I did think about not debuting this until Halloween, but Griff, my daughter's in hospital. You know, so thank you so much. Appreciate you all, especially to you. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant for the 100 banger. What a fucking legend.
Show them what you do.
And now I'm stuck like this till the end of the fucking stream. So there we go. I guess that's what you paid for. So thank you so much for doing it. It's actually really hard to see in these fucking things, but we'll try. Okay.
You're now going to learn what Hypnotic used to complain about.
Yeah. Although these don't
time.
really give me a headache. It's just a nightmare trying to see through like visors.
Right. Give it about another 5 to 10 minutes when your face starts to heat up.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's cool. The ring light's off, the aircon's on turbo, and this is all made of polyester, so it can breathe.
There we go.
Can I cosplay as you? Says Toasty. I mean, I could use my knees.
Right. Well, technically, you do have the same haircut. You just have to take the hat off.
Somebody screenshot this and send it to Hypno. All right, okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and continue with this. So thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate you so much. It's amazing. We're gonna go ahead then. So Rimmer's here. He's asked to hear his own remarks from the captain. The captain comes along and he says, well, he doesn't come along. The Holly is reading him to him, and he says, what's the line? If
any job worth doing,
there's a saying among the officers. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. If it's not worth doing, give it to Rimmer. I can't remember. He says something, and then he says, there's too much laughter to hear it clearly. And then he says, constantly fails the engineering exams, which Rimmer gets extremely offended by and says 11 times. I'd hardly call that constantly. If anyone like eats roast beef 11 times, you'd hardly say constantly eats roast beef. But it's not the same thing, though, is it, Rimmer? It's not the same thing at all.
I mean, if you only attempted to eat 11 times and it was, all 11 times roast beef.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it'd be ridiculous. So then he says, no, I want to hear my fucking comments. He pretends that wasn't his. The captain carries on and says, outstandingly zealous, possibly mad, probably has more teeth than brain cells. So promotion prospects comical. So Rimmer, having just extolled the virtues of Captain Hollister, has now changed his mind and decided that he always hated that pusshead Hollister. And he goes on a massive rant. It's a great scene. You gotta love it. Anyway, it doesn't matter because they get interrupted by Holly discovering an unidentified flying object in space. Right. And Rimmer gets all excited and runs off to tell Lister. Now, what the fuck is Lister doing? Oh, that's right. He's being asked by his toaster, do you want some toast?
Hey,
no,
Toasty.
thanks. He goes, some nice crisp hot brown buttered toast. No, thank you. You don't want any toast then? No. What about a bagel? Nothing. What about a muffin? Nothing. So you don't want any toast? No, I don't want any fucking toast. And it goes on and on. This isn't the scene where he says that he's like having an existential crisis, but it is like close to it. I can't remember exactly when that scene happens in this episode. But then there you go. He even teases the toaster. Actually, this is the scene, isn't it? Is it right at the start where he points out that he says, what's the point in buying a toaster with artificial intelligence if you don't want any toast?
Yeah, because it's been 18 days since you last had
18 days, 4 hours, 2 minutes, 2 rounds. That's the last time you had toast. He says, what's the point in buying a toaster with artificial intelligence if you don't like toast? He goes, I do like toast. He says, yeah, well, you're not. He goes, I'm busy. Yeah, you're not busy eating toast, are you? So he basically goes, this is my job, the whole purpose of my existence is to serve you. That's it. He goes, my entire existence is to serve you with hot buttered toast. If you don't want any, my existence is meaningless. I toast, therefore I am.
That's the part that I'm going to clip for Toasty.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So Lister actually starts teasing the little fuck up, and then Rimmer walks in. And what does Rimmer do in this scene again? I can't remember. Oh, he's telling him about the pod. Oh, about the UO, right. Lister's reading a cat book, which is read by smelling the pages. And he talks about how they're fantastic works of art. But actually, when he tries to read one, it turns out that he's reading basically a 3-year-old's first story time book. It's like, it goes, see, dick, run.
Yep. Run, dick, run.
Run. But then there's a this big ball, this big red ball. So there you go. Anyway, so this is one of those rare scenes where like Lister looks actually like a fucking idiot, because a lot of the time Rimmer looks stupid, but Lister effectively looks like, the better man, the more intelligent man, the guy who's basically got more of his brain together than Rimmer. But in this one, he actually, the fact that he thinks that a children's book would be excellent reading is kind of ridiculous,
I mean, you got to start somewhere, I mean, he's learning a whole new language.
Exactly. So there you go. All right, so we'll carry on then, and they're arguing about the thing. You get your first sort of moment of faith versus the lack thereof, I guess. when Rimmer's pointing out that it could be anything, because he says Holly's found an unidentified object, and Lister says, "You mean a rock?" He says they're not always right. They're always rocks, Rimmer.
They're always rocks.
He goes, "There's nothing out there, Rimmer." He goes, "There's no Zargo warships, no beautiful blondes with beehive hairdos who say, 'Show me some more of this Earth thing called kissing.'" He goes, "There's just you and me and the cat and a bunch of floating smoking rocks." So if that's what you were thinking this show was going to be, you were wrong. Except you're not, because in like the later series, they go through time holes, they discover white holes, they encounter manic, psychotic androids, you know, all kinds of that stuff. So
yeah, but they do stick to what they said, though. They never actually come across an actual alien.
Not a sentient one.
Everything
they have come across
comes from Earth.
They've come across Gelfs.
Yeah, which come from Earth.
That's true. And they've come across sirens, which are, you know, giant space cockroaches that prey on your psychosis, basically your psychology. They will show you what you want to see and then suck out your brains with a straw. But do they come from Earth?
I think they did have an Earth origin story as well, yeah.
Okay.
So in the main show. I mean, we'll cross that.
I know the simulants come from Earth.
If I'm wrong, but I think they
did. I think you're right, because the agonoids, the simulants in the books, they're called agonoids. They come from Earth. They just hate humans so much that they rebelled and left.
You could argue in the next episode with you know, the evolved germs, that those are kind of, you know, alien.
Yeah. No, they're just mutated human viruses.
I suppose.
Actually, yeah, I don't think they ever actually do encounter anything that's not of Earth. That's interesting.
I think they set out specifically to do that. I'm sure I read that at some point.
So the idea would be then that in 3 million years, the Earth conquered the universe. Not just like a galaxy or two, but the universe.
Right.
And then disappeared, apparently. Because they never run into any actual living people either. Except for people that get recreated by nanomachines and stuff like that. Okay, anyway. That's interesting food for thought. So anyway, yeah, they're right, actually. There's nothing out there except for humans and rocks. And they haven't run into any humans yet. So there you go. Lister's got this sort of nihilistic idea that that there is no such thing as alien life, whereas Rimmer has hung his entire personality on it. I'm just going to go off camera for a second, have a drink. Don't want to ruin the illusion, you know.
Indeed. Is this the part where they start talking about the 6 titties?
Yeah, he says,
yeah.
You'll be wrong when I open that space pod and a beautiful alien woman with 6 breasts emerges from it. And Lister says, imagine making love to a woman with 6 breasts. And Rimmer says, imagine making love to a woman.
Wait, then he says it. It's just...
And then he doubles back on himself like he didn't mean to say that. But there's a weird thing with that because, again, the lore changes. As time goes on, it turns out more and more that Rimmer has, in fact, had an affair with a...
Yvonne Magruder.
Yeah, Yvonne Magruder, who was like
the ship's boxing champion.
Boxing champion, that's it. And he also has a blow-up doll. I can't remember the name, but she's got a puncture. Rachel is her name.
Oh, yeah. Unpack Rachel and get the puncher a packet.
That's the one. That's it. When he realizes he's got a physical body, that's right. Because a couple of times, just to be, you know, entertaining and to service the story, Rimmer briefly becomes a physical being again. Yeah.
Corporeal.
Not very long, though. Anyway, there we go. So we crack on. So it's an ideological debate. And in the middle of it is the cat, who is just doing cat stuff. You know, I'm looking nice. And then I realized earlier on when I watched this, this is the first scene, apart from the cigarette scene, where Rimmer is not remotely interested in the cat. This is the first time that like Rimmer actually stops to talk to the cat. He goes like, you.
Yeah.
What are you up to? You know, he's just sort of making small talk with the cat, and it feels different. It's not like he's using the cat for something. He's just genuinely asking the cat what's going on. So it's kind of, it feels like this is the first scene that you really get between the cat and Rimmer.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Without Lister there.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, both of them are only here because Lister is here. You see?
Right.
The cat doesn't care for Rimmer, doesn't have an opinion of Rimmer yet. He will later. In fact, I don't think anyone's more critical of Rimmer in the later series than the cat. Like, you can always count on the cat to have a one-liner put down for Rimmer just at any moment, ready to go. But right now they're pretty indifferent to each other, so it's interesting. He's talking about his shiny thing that he found. Yeah, exactly. And he goes, I found this new shiny thing, and it turns out it's a silver yo-yo. and he doesn't know how it works. Rimmer's like, you don't know how that thing works, do you? He goes, of course I do. You hold it this way, you hold the top part here, and the string moves, and you go, wow, the string's moving. Or you hold it the other way. You'd hold the string at the top and the shiny thing at the bottom. And then and then Rimmer does this like really funny laugh where he sort of goes, like as if to imply you're so fucking retarded that I have to laugh like a child to get on your level, which I always find really funny. So then there you go. So
for me, that's like Rimmer's trying to make out to the cat that he's not ridiculing him because the only other person he's got to speak to is Lister, who he hates.
Exactly.
Right.
So he does
a really important thing that I do need to point out that we've skipped over is the very beginning of this episode, Holly's bit. Lister actually failed his exam. He was that he passed it. So Rimmer is actually still in charge.
That's right. You're right. Yes. He says last thing that happened was Lister took the chef's exam and pretended he'd passed, although really he'd failed. That should show you how exciting life on this ship can be.
Right.
Yeah. I just thought that was an important plot point.
No, it is important, and I was actually dead certain that I wasn't going to forget it, but then I put this costume on and everything went to hell. So there we go. Thank you for catching that. So here we are. Turns out that Lister hasn't seen the cat for a while, and he still gives him Crispies. I thought that was only a one-time thing, but I forgot. No, he keeps treating him like an actual cat for like the whole first series. And in the meantime, the cat has brought him the holy book. The holy book of the cats, the book of Cloister. And then there's a joke about having pictures in it, and he goes, oh yeah, we do that, that's a cat thing. And he's like, oh well, actually we have pictures too. He's like, hey, you monkeys are smarter than I thought, you know. Then it turns out the pictures are all, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to catch one of these on full screen. There's one, but you can't see it from my fucking face. Sorry, BBC, fuck you. That's Lister frozen in time, but it's Cloister frozen in time, which is, of course, Lister in stasis. So as we've pointed out, it was sort of briefly referenced in the first episode. The cats built an entire religion around Lister. They split into factions and they buggered off. That will come up later. But yeah, so as it turns out, there's Lister literally going, I am your god. And the cat says, oh yeah? Well, if you're God, I got to ask you the ultimate question. If you're God, why that face? Which is the second time someone's been mocked for their face, because in the last episode, Rimmer tells Holly he's got a stupid face. And he said he chose that face out of the millions available because it was the face of the most prolific lover who ever lived.
Yep.
And he sticks his tongue out. So there you go. Anyway, so, you know, he's not convinced at all. Lister has very quickly realized that the entire events of episode 1 have formed a religion for these cats that discovered the existence of Lister or Cloister, Frankenstein, and basically created a Christian Jesus myth around it.
I'm your god.
He's sacrificed himself to save them. So basically he's their Jesus.
Yep.
And there you go.
Yeah.
So we crack on with that.
Well, I like when he's like, he says to him, you know, if you're God, make this into a woman.
Oh, that's it. If you're God, turn this into a woman. That's right. Yeah. Because the cat is ruled by only animal impulses. He just literally wants to eat, sleep, and fuck. And the rest of the time he investigates, which he's very proud of. His investigating feat. Anyway, there we go. So Rimmer's back, and they get into another argument about the fact that it turns out that the rock is in fact a pod.
Yes.
So Rimmer is now beside himself with happiness because it's actually a thing that contains something that, as far as he's aware, is something from another world, another alien race, has nothing to do with them. It's he invents a name for them, but that we haven't got there yet. So Lister runs off to see the pod, and Rimmer turns into a child. He's like, "You can't have it, Lister. It's mine. I've got Bagsies." And then he runs off after him. He calls him a child, then behaves exactly the same way. Yeah. So there you go. They're here. Lister, Rimmer's here trying to claim it as his. Lister goes inside. He's not supposed to because there's a quarantine. Lister does this very funny bit, which apparently was something that Craig Charles did between takes. And they thought it was funny enough that he should do it in the actual show. So he did. So he pretends that he's been like captured by something inside it, presses his cheeks up against the window and slides down it.
Yeah.
Like this, like he's being killed, you know. Comes back up, he's laughing, you know, it's all very funny. Ha ha ha, Lister, you won't be laughing in a few days, laddie. And then he says, but you're staying in there because you're in quarantine. Lister immediately walks right out and says, what did you say, Rimmer? What did you say? I didn't understand you. There you go, see? So you know, it's more of this shit. Lister goes in again, Rimmer pisses off, and Lister reads the alien lettering and realizes that it is actually the letters Red Dwarf Garbage Pod.
Right.
Except that some of the lettering has been burned off and it's been covered in dust. And they've somehow caught up with one of their garbage pods from millions of years ago. Yeah. So there you go. So he literally fills in the letters himself, and I guess he must have smudged it off again so that Rimmer wouldn't realize.
Yeah, he covers it back up with the dirt and everything.
That's it. So they're sitting there and they're having fun and not having fun. They're hating each other. Rimmer's there. He's awake. He can't stop thinking about it. And Lister's mocking him for believing in aliens. Is this where he calls them the Quagars? Mm-hmm. Is this the scene? I can't remember. Where he goes, I believe that the he's trying to tell him about the cats. He doesn't want to hear about the cats. He wants to tell about aliens. Lister doesn't want to talk about aliens because he knows what it is. They have another big, huge argument. And then I think, is it this scene where Rimmer goes, Quagars or something? Oh, no, this is the making love to a woman. That's it. Yeah. Imagine making love to a woman. That's it.
Yeah.
Lister goes down, gets his breakfast from a vending machine that doesn't have a lisp and can actually dispense proper food to him. He asks, so this is a running gag in the show. He asks for his breakfast. He wants a chicken vindaloo, which is a curry. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not breakfast food. You know, it's not bland. It's not subtle. It's just the most intense curry around. Well, one of them anyway. And then he says, and a milkshake. He says, what flavor milkshake? He goes, beer.
Yeah.
Beer flavored milkshake. That's right. They have beer milkshakes,
which also gets a callback.
Yeah, very soon.
Does.
Very soon.
From Craig
and
Robinson.
I might have to enact that line when it comes up.
Ding dong. And yeah. So he's eating his vindaloo and drinking his beer milkshake for breakfast. When suddenly Holly comes back and proves, yes, he's analyzed the cat dictionary. He's analyzed the cat's holy book. And yes, indeed, Lister is the god of the cats. And it turns out that his idea to open a donut diner on Fiji has resulted in not only a religion, but literal holy wars. And that's why there are no other cats on Red Dwarf, because they all killed each other for centuries. And then
fighting over the color of the hats.
Yeah, it turns out that the thing that they were fighting over was the color of the hats. I think, is there the line in here? That's it. He says they're just using religion to be extremely crappy to each other. And Talkie Toaster says, so what else is new?
Right.
Actually acknowledges Talkie Toaster for having the insight there. So this ship is about the size of a city, supposedly. Although I mean, I like to think that each series they just move to a new floor, which is why the decor is totally different. But hey, you know. Anyway,
there is one series where they actually do canonically move to a new floor. They move up into the officers' quarters. And
that's true.
Like,
yeah.
Why the hell didn't we do this before?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So Lister's there. He's trying to talk about the cats. Rimmer's getting more and more annoyed. The Scutters are there trying to do what Rimmer tells them to, even though they can't stand it. Finally, Lister's going, holy war's killing. It's all so terrible. You know, this shouldn't have happened in my name, which is a real problem, you know, like genocide of millions. And then finally, the two cats split into factions based on whether the hat should be red or yellow. They've got this hat that's like a diamond shape with an arrow through it.
Yeah.
And they split into two factions and they left Red Dwarf in search of Fushal or Fiji. Mm-hmm. And one of them immediately crashed into an asteroid because they were using his laundry list as a star chart because he lined the cat's basket with his laundry list. So it says 7 socks, 1 shirt. He says, what if I owned more than 1 pair of underwear? Which doesn't get a laugh because it's a sad scene. But when you actually reflect on it, it's like, one pair of underwear? Fucking hell, Lister. So there you go. Lister's a slob. He was a bum. He was homeless. He's an orphan, actually.
Yeah. Thing I love, like, with Lister too is, like, even when he starts off with a clean shirt, he does not make it through an entire scene with the shirt being clean. Like, no, it immediately gets...
By the end of the episode, it's covered in stains, yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. So he's there, and he starts wearing jackets around this time, which is good, because later he basically exclusively dresses in leathers. Eventually, Rimmer just goes fucking crazy at him, and just, I've had enough of hearing about these smegging cats. I don't care about your stupid bullshit religion with the cats. I believe in the Quagars. He goes, Quagars? Yeah. Quagars! He goes, double A. It's a name I made up. Double A, actually. I believe that the Quagars can give me a new body. It's pathetic. But the funny thing is that Rimmer here is mocking religion. He's mocking faith. He's mocking any attempt to believe in something more than yourself. He's a big atheist. And yet, he is approaching this situation not in the name of science, but in the blind faith that these aliens will be able to give him all of his dreams. How is that any fucking different? Exactly.
Therein lies the joke.
Exactly. That's the joke.
Yeah, I guess that really is the entire point of the scene.
That's the point. That is 100% the point of the whole episode. What do you believe? And that's the thing. Rimmer doesn't realize that for all of his atheism and his, denigrating religion and God, and he doesn't believe in God. He says earlier on in an episode, in an earlier scene, he doesn't want to hear about the cats or their fucking religion. He doesn't like Lister being God either. He's jealous. He says, I could have been God if I'd had your showbiz upbringing, which doesn't make sense because Lister's an orphan who went to art college. So what is he talking about? But whatever. Anyway, once again, Rimmer blaming his parents, blaming his upbringing for everything that's gone wrong in his life, leading to his death. But eventually, anyway, that's it. He calls him a bastard. Lister buggers off and goes looking for the cat. And it turns out the cat has gone into the cargo hold where he has come back to. You see, look at these candles.
Yeah, the cat candles.
Cat candelabra, yeah. He's gone back and he's found the only other living resident cat on this ship, which is like an old priest who's blind.
He's lost his faith.
He's lost his faith. He's covered it. Look at his shirt is like it's like a bishop or something. He's got the hat, the red hat with the arrow through it, as opposed to the yellow hat. He's got the hot dog and donut logo on his fucking
robe.
Holy sacraments of donuts and hot dogs. And he's dying, and the cat doesn't give a fuck. The cat literally tells him multiple times in this scene that he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He goes, you don't care that I'm dying? I know. I told you I don't care. I'm trying to tell you about my investigating feat. Yes, you don't care at all, do you? No, I don't care. Why should you care? I don't. You know, just over and over and over again. That's not exactly the lines, but I don't care if I fuck them up because I want you to watch this.
Indeed.
Chat. Anyway, Lister tracks him down, and he asks the cat. The priest asks the cat to burn his sacred hat. And Lister's homing in, listening for him, still calling the cat like a cat, by the way. He's still going, cat, I got some Crispies. They're getting warm, cat. Where are you? Like, it's a man, dude. Like, why are you doing that? Anyway, he gives the cat his hat, tells him to burn it. The cat puts it on his head, says it's burnt. Says it's burnt because the cat doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
He calls out.
And he can't tell because he's blind.
No, he can't see because he's blind. He calls out to Cloister. He says, "I failed you, but you're not there, are you, Cloister?" Suddenly, Lister picks up a hot dog and puts a donut on his head and appears in front of him and says, "It is I, Cloister." And then he threatens the cat with the giant hot dog. So the old man says, "Is it really him?" And he goes, yeah, it's really him. You know, he goes, "Is he wearing the sacred donut and the hot dog?" Yeah. He goes, "Oh my God, it's really Cloister. You finally come. You're finally here. And I'm sorry I failed you." And then Lister starts being really nice, which is a really nice character moment for Lister. One that will come into play much later when they are when we're talking about Lister in different series. He's a really nice person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's got an awful lot of sympathy for all living things.
Well, I mean,
Rodents,
he sacrificed himself for the cats.
Right. It's not just
technically he actually did.
Yeah. Well, he did, yeah, but
He went into
Lister's poor. Exactly. And that's
really
that's
did
it.
that.
Yeah, but he's what I mean is, like, it goes on. It's like a real through line of his character that not only was he doing that just for something, you know, nice to have for himself, a pet. He will put his life on the line to save almost anyone. This is a trait that comes up later many times, that he'll put himself in trouble for people that he cares about. He'll even put himself in trouble for people he doesn't care about. Like, on more than one occasion, he puts himself in danger to help Rimmer.
Yeah.
You know, like when Rimmer gets trapped on a planet that has morphed itself into a reflection of his entire maniac psyche. And,
oh gosh, yeah.
And Lister's like, "Well, we have to save him." And everyone else is like, "Why?" It's like, "Well, because we have to, you know." But there you go. Anyway, Lister's he's a really nice, noble person, basically. So the old priest is lamenting the fact that he's burned his hat, he's given up his faith, and then Lister just literally takes the hat off Cat and puts it back on the man's head, says, "No, you haven't." He goes, "It's a miracle!" Because he really believed the cat
burned it, yeah.
Was what is Mephisto X going on about?
He was going on about AI earlier, and then now I'm not quite sure.
Apparently we're talking about
I think it was something to do with cats.
I don't know. Whatever. Chat, enjoy yourselves. Could barely see you anyway. Anyway, so the old man is finally rid of his curse. He's happy. He's got his hat. He believes his hat was burned, but then the divine mystical powers of Cloister have restored his hat and placed it back upon his head. Stands up, declares this is the happiest day of his life, and dies.
Good way to go.
Yeah, I suppose. He also tells him he's got like a penthouse suite on Fushao, which is not a real place.
Right.
He's just trying to be nice, trying to help him in his hour of need. Rescues the cat. They get out of there. Finally, we return to the escape pod. We've got Quagars written on the screen now. Lister goes in. He says, "Do you want to see this, Rimmer?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "Are you sure you want to see this? Shut up and do it." He pulls out this creature that I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but it's a roast chicken. A dirty, rotten roast chicken. And he goes, "Incredible. The perfectly preserved remains of a Quagar warrior. They must have looked something like a roast chicken. Cut to credits. And then the credits stop.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yep.
During the play, where Rimmer's voice just cuts in and goes, "It's a garbage pot." And then the second time, "It's a smeggy garbage pot." The end.
Indeed.
And there you go.
Yes.
So there you have it, folks.
Speaking of the
Episodes 3
end,
and 4.
are we continuing on to the next thing, or we are?
What time is it? Oh,
we are
fuck.
5 minutes from the hour.
Yeah, it's actually nearly time. I have to go to the hospital. I thought we'd get more done than this. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting all the pomp and circumstance and massive amount of support for Will Notic. So I hope that'll do for you guys today. I would like to have done the 5th episode, but I'd also like to do it proper justice because it's a great one. And it really is very funny.
Confidence and
sets
paranoia.
up, yeah. It sets
So I
up
guess we'll
episode
just have
6.
to wait until next time.
I'm stuck at work next Sunday as well.
That sucks. Are you going to be all right if we carry on?
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. All right. Well, next week we will do Confidence and Paranoia, and of course Me Squared, which is probably my favorite episode of this whole series. I just laugh my fucking head off listening to Rimmer screaming at himself. So that makes me laugh. And I hope that is enough for you guys. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant. You are a fucking legend. Thank you for allowing me to debut this incredibly convoluted but funny fucking send-off. So I hope you guys think
way
it's cool.
to live up to your name and all.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what I said. Make Will hypnotic. Will Notic. What else could it be? It's a fucking cosplay. That's right. Maybe if I eventually I film enough scenes like this, I'll just put a recording on instead. Like Doomcock used to. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, or like I used to when I was,
I would never
VTuber
do
John.
I would never do that. I would literally never do that. I will prove to you that it is really me. I'm really here. Hello. There you go. So there you go. All right. That'll do then, I guess, guys, for this episode. Thank you so much, you amazing people, for supporting the channel so much. I would love to go for a little bit longer, but I am due to deliver some milk to the hospital and some diapers.
Indeed.
And the missus and I are planning something for tomorrow, which I can't talk about.
That's good.
But it might be the big move that we've been waiting for. So
nice.
We'll get on with that. You guys are fucking amazing, legendary. Hopefully that was good enough for you guys with all that support. Amazing. In the meantime, let's get to some outros then. Rhoda, what you got coming up, buddy?
I'm back properly on Tuesday, which will be with my normal Tomb Raider stream. As I said last time, that's when I'm properly officially back. I might try to do the Mario stream on Monday, but I've got family stuff going on, so that may or may not happen. But Tuesday back for sure, which will be presuming we're going ahead as normal about an hour after your show here.
Right.
Then back on Ryan's show on Wednesday, back here on Thursday, just the same usual things. But yeah, and obviously still working on the music videos. There's no specific timeline for those. They're just going to happen. They're just going to be out when I'm happy with them. So that could be tonight. That could be next month. But
understood.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fair, man.
You got to do it when it's ready. Not
don't rush these things. Do them right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm finding my feet still, and obviously for various reasons, I had to take a bit of a break from my own stuff. But I've been appearing on other shows as much as I can, and then I'm back on Sensesphere on Wednesday as well. So like Wednesday afternoon, I got Sensesphere, and Wednesday evening got Reality Based. So pretty busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, fair enough, man. That sounds great. Yeah, we're all busy at the moment. It's been a crazy time around here as well. Obviously, I think everybody knows that at this point.
Yeah, man.
So, appreciating. I know you've had your shit as well with your family as well. So it's been a rough old time for plenty of us. So we will try and go ahead and keep things going. In case you haven't already, please go ahead and like the stream.
Share the stream.
Yeah, that's right. As it says on my glasses, you can please go right ahead and like the stream. And John, what's going on with you, buddy?
Well, immediately after this, I gotta work on a thumbnail for the show that we're doing later today with Toasty. She is going to be Sexy Velma. So like it's cosplay stream Sunday. And she's going to, of course, be in an orange bikini top to go along with the whole Velma color scheme. So I got to do that, and of course that starts tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, and you can always catch us there on Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And then of course I'm here with you again on Tuesday at the same time as we're here Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. And then I will, of course, be doing the Week in Culture on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific over on Honey Badger Arcade's channel. And I'm in talks with Heavenly Jester. Seemingly he's interested in starting his show up again. So I told him, hey, maybe we go with EV Mux instead of StreamYard because he wants it to integrate with Rumble. And if you are new to streaming or anything like that, and you have not gotten a online studio space, EV Mux is definitely far more feature rich and makes it easier to multi-stream if that is something that you're interested in doing. Yeah, no, it's been a great show here today. Of course, everybody in the chat, it's been awesome having you, be so supportive, and all the amazing jokes today were awesome.
Oh, they were great. Yeah.
And then of course, hanging out with you guys is always a blast. But with that said, though, safe travels ahead. Have a wonderful week going forward, and of course, be awesome as always.
Right. I had to take my glove off for a second to sort out. I had to be able to touch my phone to change the thing on my glasses. So there you go. Behind the scenes look at Will Notic, guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's a laugh. Yeah. Just a laugh at the end of the day.
You couldn't do that here at the moment. It's too bloody hot.
It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty fucking
It is good.
I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah.
Stream.
Somebody out of context send this to Hypno. I want to see what he does. Let me change the glasses. Now fuck it. Let's just leave it as it is.
Yeah. Maybe he'll start using your like the stream for his like the stream.
There we go. Yeah.
Cross pollinate.
That'll be it. Now I just got to turn into a Latino. Okay, I'll try to learn some Spanish insults. Okay. Yeah. And then I'll probably eventually, I see a lot of people saying I need to get pink cat ears as well now. Or I will, make that affordable, and I will.
Indeed.
I don't see any reason we can't have another tier where I put on the fucking pink cat ears as well. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Who gives a crap? I got kids to feed. So there we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. You all know what's going on with me. Updates are in the Discord. I'm going to go see my kid now. Bring her some milk and something to shit in. So thank you all for making that possible. As always, appreciate you all. Obviously, colossal thank yous to Furious Dan several times, Garrett Griffin a couple of times, Sardoc Spamfish, DramaticaLaur, T-Jab, Steve multiple times, including 10 memberships. Sardoc Spamfish again, Garrett Griffin again, Roadkill 101, T-Jab, Steve again, G Frears, Garrett Griffin again. There's those memberships. Noel Kerins, DramaticaLaur again, T-Jab, Steve, fantastically, amazingly brilliant. And for basically a combined $120 in 2 moves. Thank you so very, very much. Indeed. Hopefully this was worth it and you enjoyed it. I will do it again whenever we hit a goal. And it's pretty uncomfortable, but fuck it. I'll do it. if it entertains you guys. And then I'll probably come up with some fucking emojis and stuff. I was also thinking of trying to figure out a way where I could stream from an empty chair. Because then you can have chair of the fans as well.
That's right. That's right.
Because people fucking love that shit. I'll give a fuck. I'll do whatever you guys want to see. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll try to make it happen. There we go. That's it for now, guys. I appreciate you all being here. We'll be back on Tuesday with WTF Live. I think there's a good chance I'm taking Monday off. Depending on what time zone you're in, I may not be around at all on Monday because I might be doing a bit of a jailbreak. And if that's the case, then I'll probably be very busy with red tape and driving. And I'll be back when I'm back, but I will be back. And if I can get tomorrow going the way it should, I'll be back properly.
Nice.
So catch you when I catch you. Big love to everybody. Here comes some very out-of-date credits that really need updating. They're like a month old at this point, but you love the tunes. Catch you on the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye then. See you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.